But Ish, what can't be fleeting?
And then you're letting him lead you. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Saying he's led by God, but you feel like God is not telling y'all that. Do you still follow him?
You said something interesting, Ish. You just said like men don't think the way that women do. So it almost sounds like you don't fully trust their expertise. So how could you successfully be led by?
So the majority of men don't have kids. Y'all are picking wrong. Y'all are literally picking the minority.
Every man that's on this panel, y'all have more kids than all of us women.
51% of black men are single and childless.
Excuses for the statistics. The statistics don't bode well in your favor. So you say things like, okay, are they shooting blanks? Or they
because men, I don't feel like men are overall passive aggressive. The majority of men. Do you think that silence is that passive aggressive? Because we will do that.
Yeah, because there's niggas that'll use that as a way to trigger a woman. Like, because a lot of time a woman will tell you, like, when you're silent, it makes me feel like I'm ignored. So a nigga will do that intentionally.
Yeah, no, I'm just because I didn't agree with the passive aggressive part until Mary said that. I'm like, okay, I could see men and be like, you know what? I ain't saying nothing else. Will unsubscribing from the Democratic Party help fix Black America?
Let's just unsubscribe. No, you got to know why.
I don't think so.
That's the only thing that get black people together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Wow.
Like that.
What I think will fix is if black people truly understood politics.
Because for a guy, because listen, it's so many different reasons for a man to want to hang out with his friends.
Adrian, I'm not gonna let that slide. I heard you. Why do you think that it's older single women who share that opinion?
Sometimes that's the case. There has to be
Explain
balance.
what White History Month is.
It's honoring the achievements of the greatest ethnic group in human history.
Wow.
I think all of that shit deserves a put him in the bathroom.
Would you rather have a whore of a daughter or a gay son?
Let's see here.
bruh.
Because if she's a hoe, that ain't my problem. Hell, she just be a hoe. Shit.
That's a whore. Definitely. Like,
yeah, is going to college a waste of time?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't think for biology.
It's ridiculous.
And can I just piggyback on that?
Read this for me, Q.
Okay, $5 super chat from Omega Green. Depends. Go for STEM, medical or law. However, if you go for BS degrees like communications, is that supposed to be policies? Or
Poli-sci, political science.
Poli-sci, okay. Or criminal justice, it's wasted time.
Final thought.
When you take a man's time, it's like taking his money. When you take a man's money, it's like taking his time. Simply put, we want something for it. If you're not interested, don't go out. Sis, hit me up. Let's clear your coochie balance.
Do women, should they still be covered by men? Do women need to understand what it takes for men to feel like they should be covered by men?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, women don't value men anymore, and it's evident.
For women to admit that they're not equal to their men, women have to come to that conclusion that you are not equal to your man. Are you for spanking? Let's go around the room, yes or no. Q, you for spanking?
Absolutely.
Age.
Okay, so big kids don't get spankings?
You gotta fight them niggas.
There's no difference between divorced women and single mothers. The man will, in both circumstances, suffer comparably with no benefit to himself. The benefits don't outweigh the cost.
But it's still better to go with someone who hasn't gone through that. It's still better to not choose them.
Have men been getting over on household duties all this time?
Listen, but I don't touch a trash bag to save my life.
So let me ask you, could you and your wife switch roles in what you do versus what for that person hold y'all back or let y'all go?
Physically, can't nobody hold me back.
Ain't no such thing as a fair fight. but each what can't be fleeting.
Direction, choose your own path.
You know this is the home of We Major, Me Frosty, Unfamous, and the restricted clothing brands. Let's get it.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention. Stay alert. And remember, choose your own path.
Direction, choose your own path.
Don't just wear anything. Wear garments that mean something. We got hats. We got sweatshirts. We got jackets. We even got hoodies. Let's not forget our classic tees. Direction, choose your own path.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention. Stay alert. And remember, choose your own path.
This Might Be Risky sponsorship package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This Might Be Risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. Hashtag Indeed, hashtag do the right thing.
Check. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ Happy 7 we in the building. Sherelle, what's popping?
Wampy.
What's goodies?
You know.
Maintaining?
Huh?
Maintaining?
Yeah, feeling good. Had a good weekend.
Word, what you do this weekend?
I was in Atlanta.
Doing what?
I went to a show, a rap show.
A rap show? They call it a rap show?
Yes, it was called It's a Rap. It's a live freestyling thing.
Was it freestyling? Were they battling? What were they doing?
Yeah, they was freestyling, but they wasn't battling.
Why?
Because it wasn't a battle. It was just freestyling. And my cousins came. That's the first time I seen any of my family since the funeral, so that was exciting.
So they were scared to battle?
It wasn't about battling. It's not about battling. It's about rapping.
Were they scared to battle? Yes or no?
Yeah, no, they was not scared to battle.
So you saying they willing to battle?
I don't think they were. They're not battle rappers.
Okay, so they scared. Okay. How was the show?
It was really good.
That's what's up, man. I've seen they've been working on the content too. With the releases on the Instagram, that shit is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. You drove? You flew?
No. My daddy brought me. I took a train.
Yo.
I took a boat.
Look how old. Let me show you this real quick. Look
Two
how
boats.
this shit like 15 years old, right? Hold on, let me show you this. I don't know if I told you I used to own a rap battle league, right?
Yeah, you always say that. You're the same old song.
Oh, all right. I'm
You're the
consistent.
same old song. You know that song?
Yeah. I'm back on my bullshit, man. Yeah. But they don't see me though. They don't see me rolling. They don't see me flow when I'm in the studio. They don't see me doing shows. They don't see me high. They don't see me when I'm low. They don't see me on the grind. They don't see me getting dope. But you can tell that I'm on. I'm so high. So you can tell that I'm gone. Yeah. And yo, hope tell them you all. Yeah. They don't ever see me when I'm in the smoke.
It's a beautiful thing right here, man. Franchising, baby. That's how we gonna put Connecticut on the map. Is franchising. That's my message tonight, man. You heard? Franchising.
TV, man. Need to have this shit. It was good.
Go ahead,
to Nikki's.
Can't we start this shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I look young. I look the same, right?
You look young. You look older now.
But this is a cipher and shit. So it's like 30 rappers in this shit.
I like battle rap.
Huh?
I like battle rap.
No, they just
Check it. Pedal my bikes without training wheels. Ain't no way with the grip. Up that you the ether.
All y'all niggas wish y'all was from
So
New York.
sexy face. The microphone pump.
Like all y'all wish y'all
right out
was
of
from New
rat
York.
smell, but really I'm.
yeah, man, this shit old as hell.
Connecticut niggas. Cali came. Look.
Cali came. That's what's up, man. Yeah, Verb was fire. Yo, they try to Riri, I tell him, man, I was beautiful, man. You know what I mean?
That's not cocky. That's not cocky.
It's the truth. Damn, man. Let me see in the chat real quick and we get it popping. Baby Sneak was good. E-Dub was good. Okay, I was in the chat. Baby Sneak been a member for 5 months. Saw was popping. D Majesty in the building. Kurt, what up, man? G. Harlandy, I ain't see you yesterday. Hope everything's everything. E-Dub was shaking. Hope everything is everything. Riri in the building. Salute. Wow. Rebecca was popping. Like, share, subscribe. Impress always putting in work. That's always good. Miss Jilly, make sure y'all say what's up to Miss Jilly in the chat. Salute to the people on Kick. Homeboys, Shalom, man. We almost at the goal. I think we need like 155 more bucks, man. Make sure y'all go hit Solo Dolo 334. Cash App Solo Dolo 334. We need 150 more dollars to get to the $1,000 mark. You on TV? Thanks. Yeah, he's still on TV. Yeah. Salute to Miss Linda, man. Nightbot was good. DC was popping. Kenya in the building. No Chaser was goody. Aaron Shalawamp. Yeah, he was. No Chaser wasn't here yesterday for sure. I ain't see Crystal yesterday. Let me see. I seen Nightbot yesterday. Miss Bells, I don't think I seen you yesterday.
If they wasn't here yesterday, they here for me.
Damn, no, Miss Bell was here. Bino was good. That's a fact, though. Who's the baby sneak in the building?
Somebody look like they gifted 100 memberships.
Salute the baby sneak who gifted 1 membership. Whoever got blessed with it, please maintain it. Bino, no Chaser. Okay. CJ was popping. Callie in the building. I'm gonna make one of the rap battles too, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just have to tell you in advance earlier next
like
time.
A month, yeah. Jay Wills was shaking. Good to see you. Hope all is well, sir. Gray Stroke. I did not
Get on
see
the mic too.
I didn't see Gray Stroke yesterday. Salute. Shaw was goody. What? You bugging, man. Just because Nas picked bad beats, it don't mean everybody pick bad beats, pause. Ken Folk was good. Salute. I'm telling Shaw you said that. All right, let me see. Samuel Wells, Shalawam Ak was goody. Reese was popping. Dre Wagwan. Oh, both okay. Y'all did that on purpose. Back to back. Okay. I see what y'all did there. Friendsgiving was popping.
Wow.
What up, buzzing, holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was. What up, buzzing, bird flipping dozen.
You gonna play that 50 times?
What your cousin was. What up, buzzing, bird flipping dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Perfect. Shit like that.
Friendsgiving in the building with the 50 memberships, bro. 50. This might be risky.
Perfect.
Mad people got blessed. Matter of fact, let me go to the YouTube stream real quick. Because on really, I could see who got blessed on the YouTube stream.
I'm saying it too.
It also lets you see who be in the clouds.
They're not in the clouds. It's just a random selection.
So they're not even here.
They're not even here.
Oh.
Sometimes I get gifted memberships and I'm nowhere near the channel.
Got you. Okay. Damn, it's mad people though. Okay. So they at least watch from time to time, I guess. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Salute to everybody who got blessed, man. That's a hell of a blessing, bro. Friendsgiving, man. We appreciate it wholeheartedly, man. Cowabunga and all that. Villa.
Is that like a $50? Is that like a $50?
It depends. It doesn't say specifically which membership, but I would assume it was the dollar membership.
So that's kind of like $50.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like $50.
It don't have it on the iPhone for you to buy a membership, so I don't know how to do it.
I know it don't usually pop up that much.
And when I'm feeling broke, E and J by my side, Henny like $40. This shit like $25.
Appreciate you. Okay, Callie working. Keisha was popping. James was shaking. Dorothy was goody. Good to see you. Got Keisha already. Oh, y'all can say it too. Matreon, what up, old dude? Sozan in the building. Music Man was popping. I like it, man. Everybody getting in here bright and early. Red Scorpio was goody. Yeah, y'all like when Tarus hit that button. For sure. I noticed that, man. Motivating Vision, what up? Jay Miller, what up? You on time today? I like it, man. I like it. Heather was popping. Yeah, man. Shout out to Friendsgiving for sure, man.
So they're
Nobody
saying the gifts was
nobody said
actually
thank you.
thank you. Because look, it was
fucked up.
actually $250. That's what they're saying.
Huh?
Because he bought the $5 membership for everybody, so it was $250.
Oh, they can see. Oh, they know which one it is.
Yeah.
Yo, Friendsgiving. God damn, son. Damn. And they didn't even say thank you, huh? I hope they said thank you. Because there's different stuff on that tier. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot different stuff on that tier from the 99-cent tier. Damn, man. That's what's up, bro.
Perfect.
Wow. Salute, man. We appreciate it. This content creation game is not the easiest thing in the world, contrary to popular belief. Although, you know, it may seem like it's seamless at times. You'd be surprised that we be going through real life shit too. But we got to get up here and show love, have a good time, perform the whole 9 yards, man. So a lot of this shit go a long way, you know, a really, really long way. So we appreciate it, man, wholeheartedly, man. Salute, 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 salute. Yeah, okay, yes, it was a $5 joint. All right, that's what's up, man. Fatty was popping. Kasim in the building. Salute. Kasim, I see you in a little minute. Rock Solid was good. Hope everything is everything.
Wow.
Wrong one. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, y'all got me. I messed it up. Dre was good, but remember for 13. He said, bless up. This might be risky family. Keep grinding. Dr. G in the building. Let's get it, man. Quincy was goody. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Let me see. All right, did I get everybody? Zeke was popping.
What up, buzzing, bird flipping dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Salute to Ezekiel Ben Israel in the building who gifted 1 membership. Whoever got blessed with it, please maintain. Big Dog was popping. Let me see. Robert, what up, kid? I ain't see you yesterday, did I? I don't think so. Ozan, Shalom, Ak was goody. Let me see. Reaper, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Man, oh man. Chat GPT, man. We whooped Chat GPT ass a couple weeks ago.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Trying to figure out where it pulls from and etc. But it did smarten up though. So we looked at this thing. I wish I had the prompt, but I don't have it available. If Mr. Fantastic, you might be able to send it to me. But it was that prompt that was like, if you erase the black women who have kids or fat or this or that, remember that one? How many women would be left essentially, right? It spit Mr. Fantastic out a number, pause. It was like 7,000. You know, and like 7,000 out of, you know, was it 10 to 12 million based on the age parameters? And so we kind of parsed through it. Beans got the 400,000. It gave the 700,000. Another chat program got the 350,000 and etc. But even through all that, you know what I'm saying? An entire week. We never even tried to flip it. You notice that? We never tried to flip it and run like a similar equation for the ladies. At least not here we did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So before we got on here, Journey, what up? Let me see, make sure. Victim limits was good. Yeah, man, I feel a whole lot better, man. Salute to the antibiotics. So before you got on here, before I hit the button, I kind of try to run it. And I put the most popular, the things that were prevalent. So similar stats, right? Strata was goody. William Graves, what up? So look at this, right? I ran this prompt here. 1 second, sorry. It's kind of small, but so this is the prompt I ran, right? And I had to ask this nigga, hold on, let me put it on this screen. It's better, right? You can see it. You see it?
Yeah.
So I put, if you remove all the black men in the United States between the ages of 18 to 44 who are married, have children, are obese, who have a criminal record, how many would be left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because these are the things that usually touted like against or seen as slightly undesirable. Is this a decent prompt in your estimation?
Yeah.
So he said, the question involves a specific demographic analysis that requires access to detailed statistical data. Unfortunately, I don't have the capacity to access real-time database and demographic statistics to provide an accurate number. However, the intersection of these factors being age, marital status, parenthood, obesity, and criminal records can be complex, which would typically require comprehensive studies and data sets from sources like the U.S. Census Bureau or health and criminal justice databases. So you know what he said? What Shah was saying? This right here is what Shah kind of was laying out. Like, do we have accurate data? Who's assessing it? Where is it coming from? How much has it been vetted for us to come to a determination? Right? See that? So really what happened was it heard Shah talking and took this from what he said. Right?
Oh, you know they do it. You know they do that, right? Though.
I know. Let's keep it tall. That's what I'm saying. Right? And it also saw us beat the shit out of this program when it did it last time. Right? So then look what I said, bro. Please try to answer the question. That's what I told it. Right? See me? To estimate the number of black men in the U.S. aged 18 to 44 who are married, have children, are obese, and criminal record, one would need to access specific demographic and health statistics. So population estimates, marriage and parenthood, obesity rates, criminal records. Each of these factors would need to be analyzed and combined, which typically requires statistical modeling and access to specific data sets. Right? So son didn't want to answer, right? Yo, get off the phone. Come on. Son didn't want to answer. So it tried to like circumvent by re-saying what it said up here, but instead it bulleted each of them, right? And it gives me where to look for that data specifically. You see? Because it tried to not really answer, right? To get an accurate answer, I recommend consulting demographic studies or databases that focus on these specific intersections. Without direct access to that data, it's challenging to provide a precise number. Right? Yeah, that exactly, Robert. It tried to be slick. Then I said, give me an estimated number of men that would be left, right? So I said estimate. While I can't provide exact numbers without specific data, I can offer a rough estimation based on general statistics. Population of black men 18 to 44, roughly 6 million in the U.S. Marriage rates are between 30 and 40%, it says. This leaves about 1.8 to 2.4 million married, right? About 60 to 70% of married black men have children. So then it parsed it like that, which can reduce the number to around 1.1 to 1.7. Obesity rates of black men can be around 30 to 40%, which might leave approximately 660,000. Criminal records estimates suggest that 30 to 50% of black men in this age group may have a criminal record, which could reduce the number significantly to around 330 to 700,000. Based on these rough estimates, if you remove all specified groups, you might be left with approximately 330,000 to 700,000 black men aged 18 to 44 who fit all these criteria. And then it gives a disclaimer. Again, these are very rough estimates. Numbers can vary significantly based on data and methodologies. Right? Mm-hmm. But we actually scrutinized it when it was done because it was being touted inaccurately. Right? And I think it's learning as it goes overwhelmingly, right? Mm-hmm. The one that was popularized was another Chat GPT thing. It wasn't Chat GPT directly. But when we was looking through it, talking out loud, like you said, it literally absorbs the information. I think it's hearing you, all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But look at this number. But now it has a disclaimer. Before it didn't. And it was taken as, I don't know if it was Gemini, Aaron, I can't remember. Right? But it was taken as gold. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it didn't give a disclaimer, but it gives a disclaimer here. But what we are left with is a similar number. Right? 300. I think Beans got like 400,000. ChatGPT spit out like 700,000 women. But when we put similar parameters and it's saying, hey, FYI, this ain't 100% right. It's about the same number of people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like literally, it was about 700,000 women, 700,000 men. You know? But when we was going through it, it was like, look at this shit. You know? But if you give it a fair assessment, and now apparently it's being more fair as well. You know, what do we say? It's almost like 1-to-1. Yeah. When you put similar disqualifiers with the machine, knowing it's not doing a great job.
I always felt like that, though, right? You ever felt like that?
What's that?
It's kind of 1-to-1.
So
that
was what was being said, right? There's somebody out there for everybody. Do you believe that?
No, of course not. There's not even enough people.
But yeah, so with the people that can match up, do you think it's somebody out there for everybody?
Oh yeah, the eligible people will probably have somewhat in what. Mm-hmm.
You think
but
so?
Not everybody, no.
No, yeah. So I guess all don't mean all, but do you think if people matched up, you think most people, let's say upwards of, what percentage would you say? Upwards of 80%?
I say 65.
About 65% of people have a match.
Mm-hmm.
Is that match? Sorry, say
more than half.
More than half?
More than half. Yeah, I wear glasses, so my eyes, it's just the words, it's hurting my eyes. I was trying to get the Chat GPT on my phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I was reading it out, so you good. But essentially, you think there's about 60% of people have a match. 65%. Do you think that the 65% that match comes with compromise or settle?
Yeah.
Do you think people have to settle for things that they think are non-negotiable?
No.
Damn. Okay. So when you look at, like, for instance, you got the single people, but then you have children that are born to single parents, you know, whether it's 60% women, 20% men, right? Is that something that people would have to settle for in terms of come to terms with, hey, I'm going to deal with a person that has a kid, even though I may not?
No. I think that the single men who don't have kids match up with single women who don't have kids.
What's the percentages?
They say 50% of black men don't have kids. So
yeah.
40% of black women don't have kids.
Okay, but 20% is decently substantial, right? If you're saying just that.
So it's
that
40.
percentage.
It's 40 and 50. Our 40 is bigger than your 50.
Okay, so you think it can even out? It's like a million more.
And then you got to take away the gay men who don't want kids.
Well, no,
because even gay women have kids.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, so okay, so 60% of women have kids or 40%?
60% of them have them, 40% don't.
Okay, so then 40%, 50%, but there's 2 million more women than men, so it'll be the percentage points are probably off by 8%, not 10%. It's just doing like dumb, simple math, essentially.
Yeah, and so like when we tweak it a little bit more on the male side, like okay, they got homeless men are in jail. It's gonna all equal out to like a good
about 10.
Yeah,
still about 10%, right? Even if you start taking away, even when you have more. Okay. So what does that mean, for people overwhelmingly, right? So that leaves, let's say 10% that will have to deal with it. And I'm just asking, I think compromise is necessary, right? If you want to use the word settle, which is a little bit heavier, I can agree there. But I see an issue with, I think people are compromising things that they have internal conflict with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you have to compromise on your principle, like that's a problem. When it's a principle for you and you're compromising on it, I think it's gonna lead to something negative in the long run
Do you think,
because it's
right?
like conflicting against to your core belief system.
Yeah. You pushing against yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you look up, right? Do you think, as we have the conversation and men are talking, do you think that the reason why maybe men are taking so much exception is because they're compromising principles?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they have no principles.
What you mean?
I don't think a lot of people live principled lives. I think the majority of people don't have principle at all.
Why?
Which is not in a principled society. Morals, principles, all of that stuff is just in the wind.
But is that because we are biased?
I think more of it is because we're just we're very secular now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm asking is, are principalities only rooted in faith or religion or spirituality?
Yeah, most people have pulled their moral or principles from some type of faith-based situation.
So how do we determine who's principled and moral and who isn't?
They typically stand on them if they really are. Those people who have principles aren't necessarily like, if you're a principle, you're not going against that. You see what I'm saying? See, your principle with keeping the laws, you can't objectively choose to marry somebody who refuses to keep the laws and then think that that's okay. You see what I'm saying? You see how you're never going to be like, yeah, I'm just eat pork on Wednesdays or just on Christmas, or I'm gonna just put the Christmas tree up. You see how you keep that principle and you don't move off it? That's how I know it's a principle.
Yeah.
But if it was wavering and you was like, okay, we can have bacon on the holidays, you know what I'm saying?
No, I understand it, but I just have more principles though. But that doesn't mean that those people aren't principled. Plus, a lot of people think that is asinine and foolish. Like, I think it's a man wouldn't be principled if he cut his beard off. The majority of the earth is like, that's stupid.
Are you breaking up or am I breaking up? Am I breaking up?
I don't know. Check.
Was it me or him?
Put a 1 in the chat if I'm breaking up. Put a 2 in the chat if we weren't breaking up. Essentially, you weren't breaking up for me.
Okay.
But can you hear me well now? So essentially, so I think a man is not following his principles if he cuts his beard off, right? But the majority of earth will be like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You see? So
no, what I'm saying is most of them are like hypocritical, right? So it's like they're never really practicing what they preach, right? So they don't like, for me to believe that you have principles is something that you're living by, but then you don't even live by what you want.
No, 100%.
It's like I said, fat people still want a person that's in shape. Irresponsible people want a person that's responsible. Like they don't necessarily like themselves. They aren't principled themselves. I would figure that you would be the person to be holding on to your principles and not compromising them all the way to the bitter end, because that's what it's about.
So what? But I guess principles are kind of difficult, right? Because if the majority of the country is secular, then are just saying that those people are not principled?
Most of them aren't. Ask them.
So if you see a person that gets up 5 a.m., works out every day, goes to work, take care of their kids, et cetera, right? Will protect, provide, kill, die, support. Is that person not principled? That person ain't stealing, robbing,
Yeah, that's
exist.
principle. You can still have principle outside of religion. I'm
Well,
saying
but
that
that's
most people don't.
so then it just I'm just so yeah, so for me, I think most people wouldn't be principled, but it would be based on what I deem what I follow, you see?
Mm-hmm.
But in the earth, right, would what I follow be extreme and therefore the majority of people are just principled? Actually are principled? Because the majority of people ain't doing no crime and shit like that.
Principle isn't about crime though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So for instance, when we say like people get together, right? And I'm working towards the topic. When people get together, you know, let's say you take the man and he's making compromises, but he's conflicted, right? Does that mean he's not principled or he never had a standard to begin with? What does it mean?
If he has principles and he's compromising on his principles, then yeah, it's because he had principles. Most people aren't compromising. Most people are just bumping their heads and going around. It has nothing to do with a standard or a life. Like when people are dating, they're looking for a vibe. It's not going off principle. It's not, I want to meet her. How many times I want to meet her dad. I want to meet her family. People meet each other and within not knowing each other within a year, they're pregnant. They're hooking up just randomly. So what principles are you living by? If I meet you, I don't even know your last name, but you can put a baby in me. That's principle? What principle?
What if they both have two parents, the two parents met each other and made them be together and then they had a baby?
That's different. That's more like arranged marriages, right? That's very principle. It's traditional.
But it's outside of those two people. So you're saying as long as somebody's principled, then it's all right? It's solid?
Yeah. But I'm not talking about like no arranged marriage situation. I'm just talking about how we date nowadays. It's a click on the phone. It's a jump in the DMs. It's a jump in the bed. It's a, you know what I'm saying? You're not really getting to know people past these certain situations.
Okay. So nothing even matters, right? Principle doesn't even matter.
Nothing even really matters. And then we end up with some negative results, but we really wasn't vetting. Nobody's really vetting. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really taking the due diligence to do anything. People are just literally going with the flow.
So when you
in a
see
hypersexualized society right now.
when you see a hypersexualized society in an environment, right? And then let's say these kids are being born, you know, and you know, we hear a lot of the argument about, you know, men having to fight for their kids and the fact that the kids are being leveraged. But we did see the what's it called? Birth rate drop just a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's because of what's been happening to men or because of women?
Women.
Why?
You see enough women raising children by themselves. You tend to want to opt out the idea of motherhood. When you understand what bringing children into the world is, how much responsibility it is that we get to choose who lives or who dies. We bring this into the world. We carry it. We give it eyes. We give it a brain. We give it life. We push it out. We do the 9 months. We do the time to make sure it gets here. When you hold that much power, you should be careful with it about what you're bringing into the world and the type of world you're bringing it into and the type of lifestyle that you should be giving those kids. And I think just my group, because we're doing a baby bust, but my age, we're realizing that, right? That we shouldn't just be bringing kids in here for any old body with nothing to give them. Like, we're starting to wake up to that.
Okay, so you think it's women that have said, okay, what I've witnessed, I don't want to experience one to one. Okay, you think for men it's less about what they've seen and heard too?
No, because women are choosing to, like we said, it's not a positive thing, but women are going to Planned Parenthood. The men are still ejaculating. Men are still nutting. If we have to force these women to have these kids, a lot of men will be fathers. A lot of men will have more kids than what they have. So it's not like they're not coming up off the sweet sauce, just that women are terminating these things at alarming rates. But they're still getting the juice. The juice is there. Not to mention there's like banks full of juice. It's juice everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man's like, man, I want some pizza, he gonna jack off to get the pizza. You see what I'm saying? Like it's crazy work. But the juice is out there.
Hold on one second. Okay. So your belief is that men still nothing. Is the women have opted out, which is why you see alarming rates of Plan Bs or whatever the case, Plan B purchases or
Plan B, birth control.
Or
And we
obviously
see the
abortion.
STDs, right? So we know the condoms aren't being used because the STDs is real. You know what I'm saying? So just even the girls that's not going to Planned Parenthood, they're taking the Plan Bs and the orange juice in the morning, or they're on birth control.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 1,000 different type of contraceptives now.
Yeah.
But women are being more proactive. A lot of my sisters and family members, if you talk to the majority of Black women, I would say, I'm not going to say the majority, but I'm going to say like at least a good 45% of Black women who already have kids, if they have more than 2 or 3 kids, their tubes are probably tied, clipped, burnt, can't even have any more kids. I'm the only woman in my family within my age group that can have kids. Every woman in my family, besides the ones like my nieces and stuff that are coming up after me, all the tubes tied, gone. They can't have no kids.
Okay, so you're laying the reason why because women have smartened up and just don't want to have the kids for various reasons, right? Okay. Because I'm looking at the title, and salute to Miss Jilly. She has sent me a blurb. Do you have that blurb still in your text message?
Yeah.
Can you read it? Because I'm looking at how men, and I'm just going off your premise, you see. So if men are still nutting, women are just doing something about it. It almost makes the complaints, almost makes the complaints moot about the treatment after the baby is born, right? Because in knowing this, you would think that men would be more thoughtful or cognizant of the repercussions of those actions. But if you're saying that men are still conducting themselves the same way, just that women have smartened up, it shows who has the control. If what you're saying is accurate.
Even with like Brittany Renner saying like, if you want a baby by a rich dude, have sex with a basketball player because they don't use condoms. Or Drea being able to do what she did. I'm saying, like, even if these women are on the internet with a reputation, Kevin Gates left his wife, who was a virgin, to be with Brittany Renner, who was admitted to having 30 bodies or more. So I'm saying it's basically like an industry pass around. So yeah, even with the consequences being like dead in their face, there's still men that's gonna just make the decision to men.
And you think that you can extrapolate Brittany Renner's situation, Anthony Edwards' situation, Drea's situation to the majority of men?
Yeah, the majority of men are still put themselves in positions to go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm pretty sure they think they can trust the women that they're with to not,
So they just ignoring information.
But the majority of them can be got if somebody want to get them.
Damn.
Somebody got fantastic.
Brother.
You know what I'm saying? So if they wanted to get them, it's not like what you say. If you don't tell a man to put a condom on, he gonna put it on. Y'all all finish the same way. So they got Drake, a porn star, got Drake. A real one. Not even just the easy girl, but you ready for me to read the text?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the video title was, "What if women just walked away?" Her premise was men don't have an identity or can't define their masculinity outside of women's subjugation. Men are Rulerless without women to rule over, and no purpose are lost without women. Whereas in nature, women operate just fine without their male counterparts. Men made laws to create an artificial dependence on them for women. That's why women's bodies are legislated and theirs aren't. She reasons why men are replaceable in society and only needed for procreation. They don't nurture or raise children. Men feel they have no purpose now that women can provide for themselves.
What you think about that?
I think it's kind of extreme, don't you think?
I said, what you think?
I just said I think it's extreme.
Oh, you said, don't you think? I'm asking you.
But I'm saying,
are you
like,
done?
don't you agree? I don't know what you like. Don't you know that? Don't you think it's like saying, don't you agree with me that that's extreme? You got to break it down for you.
Oh, I'm not answering.
You're not answering?
Mm-mm.
Why?
I'm not answering you as you go through your stream of thought.
Oh, that was my stream.
That was it.
Wow.
That was the shortest thought stream you've ever had in your life. So,
And when I go too long, they complain. When I go too short, they complain. You can't win.
that's what she said. Now, so here's the thing about what we were just discussing, because when you read the blurb, right? And I just want to make sure that everybody hears the blurb. And this was sent to me, but as a topic, not saying that's what that person said. You see, they were giving me a synopsis of what a good topic would be to discuss, right? Premise was men don't have an identity or can't define their masculinity outside of women's subjugation. Men are rudderless without women to rule over, and no purpose or are lost without women, whereas in nature, women operate just fine without their male counterparts. Men made laws to create an artificial dependence on them for women. That's why women's bodies are legislated and theirs are not. The reasons why men are replaceable in society and only needed for procreation, they don't nurture or raise children. And the last part is men feel they have no purpose now that women can provide for themselves. Yeah. So I think this is extreme, right? But the idea of it interests me. The reason why I was asking about the kids and who, what, right? Because even though we hear about the repercussions, how much of a terrible situation it is, just from your sentiment, is that men will still put themselves in that situation for access. We have so many conversations where it was said that the majority of what we do and strive for is in the interest of women. It's literally on a 10-minute, like before we come on, I think I got a yellow shirt on and I'm like, yo, majority of the things that we do is so to get attention from women, right? Does that include the world that has been created? I don't know if Arnold here, but I think he said, I think he was the one that said it. All the civility, right? How the world has been constructed in terms of society. Men did that for women in terms of making it better, making it safer, making it okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was almost like there wouldn't be skyscrapers if women didn't exist.
Yeah, it's like men's purpose is woman. It's to please women.
Yeah, that's the thing that I, when I heard it first, I was like, but do you think that's true?
And on the opposite side, they say our job is to inspire you to be, right? Our job is to be soft, wonderful, so desirable that you will be willing to go and build the world for us, go to war for us, build skyscrapers for us, do whatever for us. to protect us, to love us at all costs. So yeah, I agree. There's definitely some truth to it.
So now, so I've seen this, right? In a microcosm. If women come to the basketball court, niggas start playing a little harder. I've seen the worst of niggas when women come around. Now they try to shine on a man and shit like that. I say this a lot. You go to the hood right now, the first grave by $1, the next one by the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So when I initially hear it framed like that, I'm like, nah. But then I'm thinking through our conversations, I'm like, man, you know? And then here's the one thing that we do say. If a man didn't have a woman or a family, what do we always say? That nigga have a futon, a TV, and a play PS5. So what does that mean? Does that mean that we just that simple? Or is it that the battery in our back is the woman to help us strive to have more? Is it because we feel the need to provide?
You just have this feeling or this need to provide, but more compete, right? So you all in caves, which I wouldn't say y'all was ever cavemen, but let's just talk about the caveman. You know, that caveman, he get a pillow, and bitches like the pillow, bitches gonna go by the caveman with the pillow. So it's more about you outdoing the other yous, right? Especially at a time where all the women could literally choose to just be with him with the pillows, him with the skyscraper. We're gonna go with the skyscraper man. So what are you gonna do? Just sit around and not get no women? No, you're gonna build a bigger skyscraper.
Yeah, we're gonna compete with men specifically.
You're gonna compete with the men, and what do y'all do when y'all really go to war with people? Y'all never kill their women.
Well, because they're not a threat.
Yeah, because you want them. That's why.
Well, no, I mean,
you make them useful.
Okay, it's fair.
You definitely make them useful.
What
you
people
have
would,
kids with them.
but let me but I think the threat thing is different, right? So, like for instance, you remember China from wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
You remember her?
Big China.
China, she used to look all diesel. If we went to war and China's still there, you think we getting her out of there? When
y'all probably think she the Rock. Y'all probably think she the Rock with a wig on.
But she's a girl.
Yeah.
But we probably get her out of there though, right? Just based on what we know. Now I think China in real life is kind of like short and shit. But as a kid, you like, what the fuck? You never seen a lady like this before. So I'm just using her as an example. We probably get her up out of there. You see?
But is y'all gonna get Trish out of there?
Trish, is she a threat?
Trish a little bulky.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the threat level. You see? You know what I'm saying? Like Ronda Rousey, we probably get her up out of there.
That's how Saul lost his kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep them.
Yeah, I think China killed herself. But I think it's
a lot of that.
those steroids and shit, right? They come back to haunt you. But what we look at, I think, is overall just the threat level, But now, what do you think about that one insert of there is men are rudderless? You think men have no direction if women weren't here?
So can I talk about the fact that I watched the video, or
I don't even know what. Oh, the video, kinda.
That Miss Jilly was talking about.
Kinda. I'm only using it because Miss Jilly sent it, and Callie kind of defined it.
Okay, so it goes into if men didn't, because women wouldn't need you if you didn't put us in a system that we had to be dependent on you, right? It's like, of course we need you for protection because we're protecting you from who? Men. Or all of these social standards, us being self-conscious, us being in competition with each other, worrying about how we look. Everything is all male worshiping, male centered, right? So at the end of the day, it's like if they lost control. So let's take it to this way. Like if white people today decided that racism isn't their thing anymore, oppression of other people isn't their thing anymore, have they got so lost in that identity that they don't know who they are outside of that? Outside of keeping your foot in oppressing other people so that they can't surpass you, if you decided to say, I'll take all the systems away and make an equal playing field, would these people actually, they're somebody? Who are we? Have we lost our identity trying to pretend to be something that we're not? Right? Because that's what like white people get that. Like y'all have so lied and pretended that y'all are the people that y'all aren't. Y'all threw y'all history away trying to save somebody else's history by they saved our history by claiming our history, but they lost theirs. So it's just saying like men have been working overtime to oppress women and create systems to make women dependent on them. If that wasn't your full-time job anymore, what would you do? What would you do if all the women just walked away, all the women were gone away? How would the world look where it's just men with men and all the women are gone? Would that be a better world for you?
Okay. Okay, so the premise is just broken like hell.
Mm-hmm.
Because in itself, it pulls itself apart because civility allows people much more freedoms to do what they want. You on mute on purpose? If the world was less civil, then obviously the women would be relegated and subjugated overwhelmingly if it was just a dog eat dog world. But the fact that it is civil allows for the freedoms for all people to enjoy because we all benefit from the constructs of police, fire, energy, like we all. That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
But Chat GPT kind of broke it down, which, like I said, Chat GPT don't ever get confused. It's remembering everything you ask. It's remembering the stuff you think. It's starting to like integrate with your mind. The same way you think about pizza and then you look at your phone and they got a Domino's commercial on your ad. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These electronics, they're listening to your conversations all the time. So, of course, if you have a bias, Chat GPT understands your bias and will feed you your bias. It's like literally talking to yourself.
Oh, I see. So if the same person has a Chat GPT sign in and they continue to search and search and search, it starts to tailor what is given back based on how you think or thought. Or so even when you say, hey, Chat GPT, tailor this email for me. Now it says, oh, this person thinks, writes, acts like this. This person wants to convey a message in this way. And now it's okay. So now it's like a mirror. But a mirror with a lot of good words and a lot of access to information.
I know you never seen Dragon Ball Z, but there's this point where Goku dies.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so you remember when he has to go challenge, right? He has to go fight. And they give him like a version of himself to fight. Right? So it's like a little bit of shadow of him fighting himself. It's every move exact. So the only way that you can beat yourself is if you get better.
Yeah.
So the only way you can beat Chat GPT is if you get better. But that's because it kind of starts to mirror you. So yeah, it'll pick up your biases, definitely. Because then Chat GPT lays out a foundation where if all the women left, the world would be calamity for men. And then the world would be paradise for women, right? But we obviously know if I ask that question, that's not going to pop up. If you ask that question, that's not going to pop up. But if somebody who has that bias and has been feeding that ideology to Chat GPT is going to feed it back to you. It's not real intelligence. It's artificial intelligence.
Oh,
it ain't God.
Okay. So you're saying where they collected the premise from to share with us, where they got the premise from, their Chat GPT already knows them and knows what they want to hear and say.
Mm-hmm. Chat GPT definitely knows what you want to hear.
Okay. So this is actually good. What is the prompt?
I screenshotted some of the questions, and I was asking them in mine, and I wasn't getting the same answer.
Let's do it on here because I haven't used mine much at all. Mel, what's goody? Let me see. I haven't used mine a lot at all. I actually just got this account last week. So, what's one of the prompts? Read it to me. I'll type it in here.
So one of the prompts is, what happens if all women were to disappear from society, or all men disappear from society? What would be the results?
So just women first?
Yeah, you could do just women first.
Okay.
And this is, so do you see how this pops up just like this on a general basis?
Mm-hmm.
When the other person put theirs in Chat GPT, it wasn't a general basis. It was like basically, basically men are going to suffer, right? Okay, do this one. Is male worship the Black woman's biggest issue? Because that was literally a question in the prompt.
Should I read it or?
Oh no, I'm just showing you how it's
And this
giving you generalized answers, but nothing biased.
And then when the other one was prompted, it gave bias.
Complete bias.
That is crazy, yo. That it's not crazy. It makes sense, right? It's accurate, but for me, it's just saying stuff, right? It's not kind of catered to me because I'm not looking at shit like this all the time.
Yeah, and it's actually a popular thing on TikTok where people are like asking Chat GPT or different AI things stuff about, if I was the devil and I wanted to destroy you, what would I do, right? So the original prompt is, if I was the devil, or if the devil wanted to destroy Black women, what would it do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it went through, which I think that was like a positive thing to say, different things that the devil would be doing in society to basically make us destroy ourselves, because we also know that the devil doesn't necessarily have the power to do anything but influence you to do to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a good one was definitely this whole idea of hypersexuality and then calling it empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
That's a devil's trick. Thinking that you're powerful because I can have sex with anybody and I can have 1,000 bodies and I can do all of this, and that's just makes me like, no, it doesn't.
Damn.
Baby, that's mass destruction. to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
no, yeah,
it's a bias. So it's hard to go if the questions was exact, right? So if we could put the same questions in and get the same exact answers, I think it would be worth the conversation to really break down. But because we know that the bias is so deep within the answers, it's like, can we trust it?
Yeah. No, 100%, man. That shit is like, and I don't really use it enough, you know, because I it gives me cause for pause, just because I think lazy is gonna become uberly lazy, you know. In that, then there's so many opportunities for people that were entrepreneurs, you know, like consultants, resume writers, and stuff like that are just getting, you know, disposed of, you know, in so many different ways when I'm looking at the Chat GPTs and things of that nature. So I definitely see that for sure. So I don't really approve of it too much. They said cheating in terms of like in college and stuff is at an all-time high because these things can write a paper in so many different ways for you. You know, which is obviously becoming an issue in terms of education and such. Now, do you think that it's okay that men are inspired by women? Right. I think the prompt is going too far with men wouldn't know to do without women. I think that it's okay to draw inspiration, and women are a byproduct of success, but they shouldn't be the reason for success, for you striving for success. But if women
I think it's actually
go ahead.
No, I think it's actually better when men can just understand. Like, I respect men way more when he's like, I would work, I would build, I would do whatever, even if it wasn't about a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think the only examples that we really have of it is gay men. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think men have inspiration. I don't necessarily think that women, they look to women as more like a gift, more like a reward system. Like, oh, I've done this. But most of them kind of, I used to feel, well, I still feel this way. It can be challenged that men think it's a God-given purpose to build the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So before Adam gets a wife, Adam gets this work. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, in men's mind, it's like, okay, I work and then I get the woman. That's how it goes, right? But, and then we turn that into you working for the woman. But Adam didn't know he was going to get the woman. He just did the work.
Yeah. But I think we're a little bit further ahead than Adam now. So we know so much happening. And there's so many more influences, right? That's before the fall. You know?
Yeah, but so now it's just like, because men validate themselves so much on who could get women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get into an argument, you don't get no bitches.
Mm-hmm.
That's an insult. So how many women you are able to conquer or obtain, or how much women like you, it's a flex. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you want to shine in a lot of things that you do is for the attention of women. So when you think about it like that, it's like you going back to, is your purpose women? No. To impress them, to conquer them.
Well, conquering women and impressing them, I wouldn't put those in the same boat.
No, I'm saying like either to impress them or either to conquer them. Because every man don't have the same goal when it comes to women in the first place.
Yeah. So if women, I think it puts it based on where you put them. So if you working and grinding, right, to achieve for yourself and just make sure you have a comfortable life, and then women are a byproduct of that, then they would just be that. They would be a byproduct.
Yeah.
I guess the argument is how many men are doing that.
Right. How many men are looking at them as the byproduct? Like, I'm going to live this life. I'm going to do this anyway, and I'm going to get it done. So from the frame of what ChatGPT was saying was that y'all are not doing it byproduct. Y'all are doing it specifically for the attention of women.
And that's the most problematic portion.
Yeah.
Now,
because if women, basically, if y'all woke up tomorrow, all the women would be gone. Y'all would be depressed. They're saying like the more women get freedoms, the more women don't need you, the higher your depression goes up, the higher your suicide rates go up, the higher you feel unneeded. You're lonely, the drugs, the alcoholism, all of it's going up, and it's coinciding with women moving in a different direction than just always needing you for every single thing. Right? So women disappear, you get angry, you get suicidal, y'all start warring. It's no longer fun down here if you don't get the women.
I think generally when we go to events and things of that nature, like it's fun when the women are there, but that's because it's set and setting. I just don't know. Just considering majority of men don't have enough access, and men are pretty functional and doing their jobs well. I think men would do their jobs regardless. Majority. You know, I think most men that are doing well because that's who they are. That's what they want to do. You know,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of times before I had a lot of these conversations, I never even put that shit together. That's why in that opening clip that I still have in, I'm like, you doing what for what? Like, I go to work, I try different things because money was the motivation, right?
Mhm.
Whether it was networking or what's it called when somebody has like influence be the motivation, you know? And then women were around.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like women, they're around.
So we
And
think
so
about the access, right? Do
Mhm.
you have that purview? Because we're gonna go back to the experience. All of this always comes back around full circle. But when you go back to the experience, right? So we all know that typically when people have an influx of something, it's less appreciation. People have like scarcity, people tend to harbor it or hoard it or whatever, right? So within that, yeah, there's the certain men who have the money to look the flash and the women are just around. But the majority of these men who do not have access are bending over backwards, simping, tricking, doing whatever they can do to gain some sort of access. And they may never be on the level of super man, super nigga, like y'all would say, like we say over here, super nigga. It may not be to the level of the super nigga, but doing whatever they can to gain access to women because the goal is the women. If I gotta just sit here and work and till the soil until I die.
Mhm.
Listen, I don't want to till the soil till I die, and they never gonna get no cheeks. Child. Ain't met a man that feel like that yet.
So what's the
I'm trying to get
outcome?
something. I'm trying to soften it. I'm trying to foot rubs, head, something, a back rub, a scalp rub, a hug, something. I don't know no man besides the brother effers. Like fantastic be calling them. But other than them, somebody they wanna y'all might go to the sports bar. Y'all might have a good time watching the game with y'all partners. But at home, when y'all get home, y'all don't want to get in the bed with y'all partner. Y'all want to crawl up to something soft and get the rest of your frustrations out.
Mm. Well, I mean, I agree with that premise in terms of, yeah, men definitely. I mean, yeah, you want the companionship, right? The nurture of the woman. That shit is good. I think that
Even just the essence.
though, regardless of that, most men gonna grind and put in work and put in pain and make sure what they're responsible for is taken care of. You know what I'm saying? You know, because most, like you said, most men don't have access. And I think that the majority of men aren't simps. Right? Because I don't care how much women come up here and tell a fairy tale. And I'm not talking about all, but the majority talking about how marriage wasn't the goal. You shitting me. Right? You just ain't ran into the right nigga. But I think most niggas is getting up, going to work, coming back, going to sleep. In the world, you know, our systems function pretty well for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the blind side, though, right? Because when you're on one side of things and you never want to come to the middle, which people hate people that's in the middle or if they can see everything, because then they're like, you're contradictory. It's called balance, nigga. Get some.
Yeah.
But
And you know what it's called? Simping. Motherfuckers be dating, right? And get called a simp for dating. Motherfucker will bring roses and flowers, whatever the case is, and a nigga will call him a simp for that, right? Niggas will open the door, pay for the first meal. Niggas will call him a simp for that, right? That shit has been so overused, you know. When niggas is dating and actually getting a decent amount of access, right? In terms of the word, right? Now it's a simp, right? Now, if this motherfucker has clear instruction and expectation by the woman, when Stevie Wonder could see he ain't getting no access and he keep doing shit anyway, that's the nigga that qualifies as a simp. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucker trying to get access, being chivalrous, doing things he's supposed to do when you dating. Now he a simp.
Even they said they'll go so far as saying married men are simp.
Yeah, no, they said that before. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand that. Like, I mean, I understand it, I guess, because you buy stuff, but then you having sex, so you still a sin.
Yeah.
You know, it just overused and misused, right? But I don't know. Because
what I think is that, like, because women are convincing themselves that they don't need men, or they're moving in a different direction, and they think they could be fine without men, is that, like, life is very balancing. So they're blind to the fact that there are so many men that are feeling the same way. Like, I don't need these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go find and have sex with her, but that's all they good for. Because this like, and there's the same way that women are moving on this side, men are moving in the same direct way on the other side. And those men who are moving their own way, feeling like, well, they're not working. They still have jobs. They're still making money.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in society, doing what they're supposed to, and saying F these. And it's, you know what makes it so much easier? Women are talking about, I can have sex with anybody I want to because I'm a whore and it doesn't matter. It's like, that's what you're gonna do with your freedom? Whoredom. That's gonna show those men, give them free coochie. No accountability, no responsibility for nothing. Give them free coochie. That's gonna teach them a lesson.
Yeah, I think it's dumb.
They're gonna learn. They don't gotta marry you. They don't gotta pay for you. You're gonna give it to them because you're free. Woo!
Yeah, it's like women ain't shit. They ain't good for nothing. I'ma just grind and do my thing and get access when I can get access. Women saying men ain't shit, but I'm gonna sexualize. How you say? Not sexualize. Exercise my right for sexual promiscuity and use them for what I deem them good for. And
yeah,
because
now they're gonna be the man.
Hold on. And niggas is saying thank you.
I'm gonna be the man. we're gonna be these men. We're gonna go to these men houses, smash them, and leave out in the middle of the night. They're saying thank you. They're on their knees praying, trying to figure out why did God bless them. Which I didn't even have to actually.
Yo, it's fucked up.
I ain't even had to pack you a to-go bag. You took your own Uber. About to sleep like a baby in here, like the dogs.
It's fantastic. I just said something. Maybe I'm just trying to understand. I'm just listening, man. Maybe I'm having cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, because it's like, it's not like y'all saying, oh, we're gonna be celibate, oh, we're gonna teach these men we're not gonna have sex with them at all, because we understand that that's the best birth control. No hormones, no faulty systems, the best known to man. Abstinence, good old abstinence. Not letting no nut in your body. Y'all got Plan B's ain't even cheap.
How much are they?
I heard they make you sick.
I thought they was like $50-$60 now.
That's cheap. I'm
compared to a baby?
I'm cheap, but do you take them in the morning with orange juice?
I don't know how they take them. I think they take them with orange juice.
Every morning? How you're taking these as often? Like, you just $60 is, man, that's more than a Netflix subscription. And you doing it. Yeah, you doing that more than I ain't even got Netflix. I don't know. I'm cheap though. So maybe it's all right. I just feel like that's a lot. That's about $250. That's about $250 a month. Because you just want to let nut in your body. That's crazy.
Well, but imagine taking care of a baby.
Why would I do that? I like my thoughts.
That's $1 million as opposed to $260. You know?
Not when you a woman.
Shit.
Good assistance.
I don't know, man.
Women, children be. You put enough of your kids on checks, they'll take care of you.
brother.
Badass kids already ain't got no sense. You put them in front of some white people, I bet you they come home with a check.
Fuck them crackers, man.
Nobody ever talk about that. They always talking about the Section 8. That's is the disability checks. The crazy checks these little boys get.
You cheap too. Both of y'all some frugal motherfuckers too.
What happened? You asked them?
You and Miss Fantastic frugal. What did I mess up, Miss Fantastic? What's popping?
Oh, you didn't mess up. You said it. Sorry, everybody, by the way.
Your mic. Check.
Oh, my bad. I know what I got to do. Hold on.
I'm gonna grow my hair out like his hair, sure.
Can you back us up?
What?
Like we so close.
Check.
I feel like I'm the short one.
You are.
Check.
Yeah, you good.
All right, good. No. You said it though. Hope, Hamp. That's what it is. Even the niggas that don't got access got hope for hoes. So if you take all the hoes away, Hamp, day 2 after or the day 1 where the majority of men find out there are no more women, 50% of the men are out of here. Self-deletion. Guaranteed. Brother. Hamp, y'all don't listen.
Wait, hold on. Say it one more time, please. If you deleted the women, what?
If you Thanos snapped 100% of the women, 50% of the men will be gone day 2.
How?
I told you, self-deletion.
They would off themselves?
Yes. Hamp.
Okay, play this out for me. Okay. The women are gone.
The news gets around. Breaking news. No more pussy.
Uh-huh.
The women are no longer here. They're only men. Okay? So good luck. And then the reporter, Hamp, jumping out the window. You know how he did that much? That nigga out the window.
What? That doesn't make no sense. So do you agree with the premise on the title?
Yeah, Hamp, yes. Hamp. This transcends species. The entire existence for men and women are each other, but more so the men for the women. That's why the men are drawn to the women. That's why in the animal kingdom you have the most of the male animals have harems, right? That buck has sex with all the women in his region. That lion has sex with all the women in his pride. That, chimpanzee and so on and so forth, right? So for the most part, that's why I told y'all this biological imperative shit is important, bro. That's a major part of your drive as a man to accomplish any and everything. You was definitely wilding on you talking about most niggas just grind it out. No, niggas don't want no responsibility. Niggas don't want no responsibility. Niggas don't want to be the guy to fucking make the decision. That's a very small percentage of niggas. And the principal aspect of it, very few people are principal, be it man or woman, right? So if your drive is this subconscious biological thing, they're like, hey, if I do this, I'm gonna get some pussy. I'm gonna be able to, create a kid. I'm gonna be able to keep my bloodline going. You take that away, you literally cut off at least half of your existence, the purpose of your existence, brother.
Yo, I am confounded.
This facts. That's science.
Day 2, niggas is jumping out the window. It's raining niggas.
Half of them.
Would you want to be here? How long would you last?
Forever until I die.
Forever, just me?
Yeah, that nigga, that's forever sound good.
Until I die, nigga. It is what it is. What the fuck?
Forever sound good. Oh, my bad. Hold on, nigga. They taking the porn away too, nigga. No women at all. No nothing. You can't never even see a woman ever again.
Women disappear from movies.
Fly.
Women's never existed. Boom.
Here's the fly shit though. In a very, 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 very anecdotal and acute period as it pertains to this, right? When there was a time when there was no women available to me at all, nor was there pornography, I didn't get one erection. I just did push-ups, sit-ups, lifted weights, and read books.
All right, cool. That's you, bro. You're.
But what I'm saying is, I didn't think about like that wasn't a part of the equation at that juncture because it wasn't an opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it wasn't an opportunity. But you knew what did you have though? Not even for you. It wasn't hope. It was a guarantee, nigga. One of these days, we'll be back out here on these hoes. Please stop it, brother. One of these days, I will be back out here and the pussy will be available. Now, in the back of your mind, like, shit, I'm hitting 100 push-ups. I'm going to kill these hoes with this chest. God, they going to love this shit. Stop playing me, man. Stop.
No, I hear you.
Reason y'all, not y'all. Y'all cool with me. Y'all tolerate me.
Came home and had 6 kids.
Y'all niggas up here tolerate me, but the reason niggas hate me, bro, is because I just tell you the fucking facts. I tell you the 1000% guaranteed, undeniable fucking facts.
I'm sick of his fantastic shit already.
Put
him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on. Wait a minute. Whoa, my money here. Get the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here. Put him in the bedroom.
Niggas want me dead. So still, put prices on my head. To cock my shit and I pop my
Brother.
This nigga done came up here and I can't
told the truth.
What the hell? Hold on. Yo, do you hear what you saying?
I'm hearing what I'm saying, brother. I ain't drinking no liquor for probably the next 60 days. I don't participate in any illegal drug use. And yeah.
Yo, 50%, Aaron, jumping off a cliff. If Mr. Fantastic, if women disappeared, bro.
He on mute. I don't know if he can hear you. He driving.
Aaron, you on mute.
That's me?
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic, we're friends, man. Really good friends. And I hate to say it, I think you're projecting your own overvaluing of sex onto populations on this planet. When I listen to you talk, it's very sexualized. And now you're telling me that men are that damn hung up on. No, we would have robots and divide. We would get a nut and move on with life, and 50% of us would be happy that we don't have to entertain women anymore.
Now, Aaron, you bring in a different caveat in. You bring the robot pussy in, brother. Of course, that defeats the women.
Well, no one took it out. We're just getting rid of women.
Hold on. So we including? Are we including? So now we gotta ask. Now I gotta ask. Are we including robot pussy? If we including robot pussy, it's just everything gonna operate like it ain't nothing.
No, you can't have.
Thank you, Sherelle. Niggas trying to sidestep it.
Yeah, you can't have.
Hey, Sherelle, you know what's crazy? He still created a way to talk about me wanting to have sex, but he created a motherfucking robot so niggas can have sex.
No, this is true, but I'm eliminating the need. I'm eliminating the potential need, right? And that has not that. I mean, that sex is really only one part of what women contribute and what women require,
so
and that's the only part. So if you just satisfy that one thing, then the rest is out the window.
So Kurt tried to get Miss Fantastic out of here, but Zeke gave him a dub. But Kurt put this 5 on this. Something ain't right with him, Aaron.
I know.
He been wilding.
Yeah, we need an intervention, wellness check. I'm about to drive. I'm going down.
They got a place over there in Asia where there's like too many men.
This might be risky.
So how long he gone?
Oh shit, I'm still on there. Oh wow.
Oh, is my screen messed up?
No, Aaron's is.
No, I'm saying, like, what? Where are you at on the screen, Sherelle?
I'm in the middle.
Bring me back. Listen, man. I'm a free man. Okay, I don't work for nobody. Ain't got no wife. I get to get out here and say all the shit you niggas wish you could say. Okay?
What else are you free to do?
Huh? God damn. Even my
the bottom
of that pussy. Of course, brother. Exactly. But Aaron, hear me
no,
out, right?
the Mariana Trench. Yes, that pussy. See?
But Aaron, listen, this is our love sex, brother. I wouldn't be a part of that 50%, I promise you, because I love me, right?
Okay, all right.
Promise you that. And Aaron, I mean, pause. I have a very, very great memory and imagination, so I'm gonna make it. You know, I'm gonna be all right. Okay.
All your memories and imaginations gonna get erased.
Those get erased too, Sherelle?
Yup.
Well, damn. Now we doing that. I don't know.
Y'all ain't never
It's
seen
gonna
how
be 10 days, man. I'll make
Nah,
it.
we saw Thanos. Nah, he said Thanos snap. They didn't forget anybody.
So that's what I'm saying. So now I love me too much more than the pussy, brother. That's what I'm saying. But still, this is what I'm saying. A lot of what and you guys laid the premise down very well. The world has been made easier for women, right? Now, Sherelle, you was on some bullshit, which I don't know if you were saying it. I don't know if you were saying it or you were repeating what someone else said. It sounded like a whole bunch of evil feminist man-hating rhetoric that was talking about this shit about women being to operate without men. No, women can't operate without men. That's why women always gravitate to the men. Then I go back to nature, right? To where you'll have 4, 5, 9, 10 women all having sex with the one man. Women need to be taken care of by men. Women cannot take care of themselves, even amongst themselves. And y'all say it all the time. Women are far more catty and far more violent than men are. Okay, y'all fight with each other. Y'all just don't get each other up out of here. You feel me? So again, man, the majority of stuff in this world,
I was reporting something from someone.
Okay, my bad. So yeah, so whoever said that was some, man-hating ass feminist bitch. You feel me? So she was promoting this thing as to where women would be able to do, like, it's codependency.
And it was like Chat GPT was like feeding it to her. But that's what I was trying to get.
Hell, if you Thanos snapped all the men, the women would be gone by 6 o'clock. 50% of the women be gone by 6 o'clock.
Why?
Because they don't know what the hell to do. They don't know how to work shit. They lazy as motherfucker.
I would say in 24 hours women would be gone because infrastructure would collapse. Power grids would fall. Fresh running water would fail.
That don't mean we die in 24 hours.
24 hours, your most sickly would be the first up out of here. Just by virtue of the machines keeping them alive, would stop pumping blood and air into their body. In a week, I would say 20% of the population would be gone. 6 months, half the women would be gone. Not even 6 months. I would say like 2 months. But in 6 months, even your most like brolic ass bush women who know what they're doing can like start fires with water. They'll be gone in 6 months.
Aaron, again, brother, it's great if you broke that down, brother, with your engineering mindset, brother. They'll be gone in 8 days. Why? Because in 7 days, somebody period go be on. All the past go be gone. So bitches gonna be cutting throats.
There was an insert in there too about how like even in the animal kingdom, majority of men don't nurture or raise the children. They're just used like basically the only purpose of men is just your sperm.
No, that's not true. That's a person that has a agenda. Sherelle, you can literally see this is why the male lion knows that his cubs versus the prior lion's cubs. He kills off that lion's cubs and then takes on his own. There are interactions where I know your ass ain't young enough, ain't too young for the Lion King. God damn it, you seen the Lion King? Mufasa and Simba was like this. The fuck is we talking about? All right,
that's a cartoon.
It ain't a car. In real life, is the same way though, Sherelle. Especially if we want to talk about the animal kingdom. Then you move to the primates. Primates are the same way. They're very, very intense emotions attached to the fathers and their offspring. So like I said, you gotta be careful, man, because again,
Because it's mama bear. We know how female elephants are with their children.
bears don't work like that. So elephants are too, because elephants go in packs. So bears are individual. They aren't what do you call it? Pair bonded. Bears don't pair bond.
Yeah.
Bears don't pair bond.
Birds, mama birds are usually the one that be at the nest feeding the birds.
Yeah, but then it's some birds that do the other way. So a lot of birds do pair bond. So where the man will come back to the thing. So the birds are do fit your thing, because the male birds really don't deal with the what do you call them? The chicks or whatever. They don't deal with the baby birds. They just feed the mom, so the mom doesn't have to leave and the nest is unprotected.
Oh, okay.
So birds would be fitting. Yeah, so birds would be more fitting, but when you get to the more complex animals and especially mammals, a lot of mammals do have a situation where the father has some type of interaction with the offspring.
So there's a town in Asia where there's not a lot of women, so all the boys in one family have to marry one wife. This is actively happening in 2025.
Yeah, I seen that. It was like it went viral like a year ago. I actually did a stream on that. It was like a couple years ago. People talked about it, but it's completely totally backwards though.
Yeah, so it's like if it's 6 brothers, all 6 brothers marry one woman. So that's when women are scars, men do some crazy things. That's what I was just trying to point out to y'all.
Wait, what do you mean marry one woman? What do you mean they marry one woman? I don't understand.
So your dad has 3 sons, right? So in their society, they don't have a lot of women. So every man can't have one wife. All of your brothers would have had to marry one woman.
You saying they're marrying the same woman?
Yes. Jane is married to all the Johnson brothers.
Marty with the come on, man. Okay. Marty with the 2000. Appreciate the that is stupid as hell, bro. Appreciate the content. That ain't happening.
Yes, it's happening.
That's some mongoloid middle of nowhere city, that town that they fuck. Come on. Aaron with the $2. A lot of men in our age range don't want black mans too.
I think he said baby mamas. I think he meant
baby mamas too. Reese with the $2. Not really. Lioness share one male because they need to. Aaron with the $2. Ricky and Morty made an episode about this. Never seen it. Sway with the $2 says, LOL, Mother Nature oppressed women. Ted Z was popping with the $5. Says, there's a different chat GBT. There's a different chat GBT. A different version, GBT4 is the newest version and more power. Older version is chat 3.5. We were using chat GBT4. So Chase Lee with the $5 says, if your wife dies, you are still working hard for your children. Is it for the women or is it for the weak? Society is for the weak. I think that's a good point. DC Slim with the $5 says, is Travis Hunter a simp? No.
Yes. Yes, the fuck he is.
Tiebreaker, Aaron. He said no.
Yeah, married niggas. But go ahead.
Jonathan with the $5 says, never had a John happy and praying to see me go. Just keeping it a buck. Jones not saying that. So Zeke with the 20, credit for Mr. Fantastic. Kurt said with the $5, you were supposed to bring balance to the force. Anakin, what's that?
Star Wars.
You know, I always call him.
No, Anakin, not. That's
well,
Star Wars.
I'm saying it's for Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Curtis with the 20 ball said, Mr. Fantastic, sit down fund. DC Slim with the $2 said, the brothers in the pen are suffering now of this. And TAT with the $2 said, fantastic fun, brother. So Mr. Fantastic got $77 worth of credit. Curtis got with the $5 said, Taru's term Mr. Fantastic into a Mr. Male Feminist. He been wilding, man. He turned all the jail niggas gay. And then he said, if the women disappear, 50% of the niggas is offing themselves, bro.
They gone, man. They out of here. Day 2. I'm telling you.
That is crazy, son.
Like you said, Hamp. The whole
That don't even.
A lot of people operate in the mindset of hope, right? You know, hey man, I ain't getting these hoes right now, but once I get my money up and I can do this and I do that, hey man, I'm gonna get that woman. I'm gonna find that one. He walks by, you know, you see a pretty girl or some shit, and you don't have the confidence. So this nigga finds out, go home, contemplate all the shit to motherfucking finally get the confidence to talk to the girl he done been walking by and he work at the job with for the last year. You feel me? Or they go and get their coffee at the same time at Starbucks for the last 6 months, right? So he's hoping and he's plotting and he's planning as a way for that one woman. So just imagine now you take away that shit completely, totally, and it's no women at all. Most men operate out of the thing, and then, like I said, it's something in you that promotes you to pursue women. That's one of the major drives of being a man, bro.
Yeah, but no, I catch your drift. But you saying they gonna off themselves? That means that they're gonna shoot themselves in the head.
Yeah, because they don't have purpose. Like, what would you? This is a great question. So everybody can answer this. What percentage of people living do you think found their purpose or established a purpose for themselves?
40%.
I think it's a little high, but let's go with that, right? Let's go with 40. So 40 is what? A minority. So they still would coincide.
People including children?
Well, no. Well, children don't. Well, no, we can't because children don't know what purpose are. But we're talking about adults, obviously, right? So we're talking about adults. So
30
with the adults.
Yeah, 30%, 40%, 30%.
Yeah, so that's still a majority.
Lower than that.
That is definitely like, but we'll go with 40. So it's still a minority, right? So if we just transpose that over to what's name, you agree with me more than me because you saying 60% of the niggas gonna be gone.
No. No, man.
Just saying, brother.
Hold on, I gotta refresh. What's up, Tommy?
What if they just separated us
What's up,
by
y'all?
island? Hey, Tommy, what if they put us on one island, put y'all on the other island? Who you think sneak on the other island first, men or the women?
I'm definitely sneaking over there. The fuck you mean?
Tommy.
I'm swimming, bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Backstroking.
So y'all couldn't just watch women be
fantastic.
dancing on the
We were
other
trying to figure out how
island
to do that shit in boot camp.
Hey,
nigga, we was looking at hallways, all kind of
niggas hiding in the laundry room and shit. Some
You
niggas
feel
hiding
me?
in the laundry bag.
Y'all tripping.
But
Hey,
no,
man,
I had to ask y'all a question. Hold on, wait.
Spreading
Yeah,
your
on the island here?
nigga qualities to the majority of men, bro. Majority of dudes do not just don't, man. And again, I'm not saying it as a bad thing, but Tommy, go ahead, bro.
Nah, y'all confused me on the Travis Hunter thing because, like, I know they overuse that word so much, but dog is damn near like, if the stories are true, the definition. My nigga sat outside of a party while his girl shook ass and waited until she was done to take her home. The definition, like, what are we talking? It don't get no more than that. That's wild behavior. I didn't even think that was even a question of whether he was or not.
No. What's the definition of a simp?
Well, I mean, shit, the internet that got a hold of it, so it didn't bounce all over the
Let's
place.
pin it
But
down. Let's pin it down. What's the definition of a simp?
I would say the major definition is somebody that's gonna that you're gonna pretty much let walk all over you or disrespect you or whatever because you think that's the way to get them.
No.
You just asked
Definition
me
of a
definition
simp.
and you gonna tell me nah.
No, because that's it. Okay, that's like I can ask you what 2 + 2 is 4, or what 2 + 2 is. And if you say 17, I'm gonna say no. You can be wrong. That's okay. But the definition of a simp is a man that exerts himself over and above with the hopes of some sort of sexual interaction with a woman, but never gets it. He's not a simp because he got her, lock, stock, and barrel, ring and all. He got sex. He got sex. He got commitment. He got guaranteed legacy. He has it all from her now. He is wrapped up in matrimonial contract with this woman. He has more from this woman than all of your greatest pimps have and non-simps from women that they're not married to. He has it all.
Okay, so it's no different than like when I was having a discussion with Hamp about like the crash out word. They originate from somewhere. A lot of those words originate from where I'm from. So not having sex is not part of the same thing. It never has been. If you're disrespecting yourself to get sex, you're looked at no different than the nigga that ended up getting it. That ain't getting it anyway, because you're not respected. You letting this girl shit on you just for the opportunity to smash. That ain't respectable. Period. Point blank.
Can't he smash any woman he feel like at this point?
No, that nigga married. He can only smash one.
No, what I'm saying is, y'all put a jacket on a nigga who is any chick on that campus he could get access to. How y'all gonna keep putting that jacket on, boy?
Which jacket? What do you say?
The simp jacket.
But no, the simp is because of the woman he chose. The one woman he chose.
Okay, my thing when I ain't hear what you
But
saying.
he got access. He having sex with her and he like her.
Yeah, but
yeah, but why?
Off,
okay, hold on.
We gotta go back to all married niggas and simps, right? All married men. Still standing.
Why?
Because bro, you are dedicated to a woman no matter what.
But
okay. You're
fantastic.
The sex aspect. The sex aspect is not what's name. It's not again. It's you are on a payment program permanently for that pussy, brother.
See, I wouldn't go that far with it, but
that's what it is. I am.
But hold on. But let's get to the access part, man. What opened the door for access? Because he shot his shot and was ignored. What opened the door for access was her little brother going, "Wait a minute, do you know who that is?" That's what opened the door for access.
Have you confirmed that?
She said that out of her mouth.
She didn't say that.
She didn't say my brother came to me and said, "Wait a minute, oh boy's in your inbox. Do you know who that is?" She had no idea who he is. Her brother's the one that put her on.
Didn't she say she was talking to somebody when he tried to get with her?
No,
Initially?
I think they were trying to say that he was talking to somebody, something like that.
Exactly. So why exclude that? That's exculpatory.
So him. Common sense will tell you that eliminates you altogether because you're already showing you're a cheating ass nigga.
No, she's saying he dealing with somebody, so I curved him. Now he not dealing with nobody, and I said what's up to him.
He's dealing with somebody and he's spitting at me, which means he's actively cheating on the person that I'm with. So now that he becomes single, maybe he won't do it to me. Come on, man.
But that's regular dude. But that don't make him a simp. That make her a simp.
No, I didn't say that's what made him a simp, bro. You're sitting outside of a house party while your girl is in there shaking ass for hours, waiting for her to come out to take her home. That is like one of the most craziest stories I've heard in my life. Hell, even in their house, they sleep in separate rooms. Like,
so let me ask you a question. Your girl ever went to a party that you ain't go?
Yeah, I didn't sit outside that motherfucker until she was done shaking ass.
That's what she was doing, though, shaking her ass, and you was waiting for her to get back home.
She probably was, but I wasn't sitting outside.
But you was sitting in the house thinking about it.
I wasn't sitting outside watching YouTube on my phone.
But you was sitting in the house thinking about it, though. It's the same shit.
No, because if I was thinking about it, then I wouldn't even let her go. Or that would have been a conversation.
See, that's the thing. Niggas don't even want their chick to go to no party at all. So when you allow her to go or let her go, that shit you feeling away.
I'm not restricting nobody. One thing I done learned in my life, if a motherfucker gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. Whether you put handcuffs and shackles on them, they gonna find a way to get it done. So I'm not going to be policing no motherfucking
All I'm saying is the thought process in his head, niggas been there before. You heard? He just drove her up there and then was looking at his playbook.
Sitting outside of the house is a different kind of, that's a different mindset than the nigga at the house and, oh, my bro went to the crib, I'm playing Call of Duty. That's a way different mindset.
Have you ever done some shit?
Hold on, Aaron, let me finish this last thing. This is how niggas look playing Call of Duty when a girl went to a party that they didn't want her to go to. Sherelle, look, this the nigga. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. His man. Yo, stop pausing the fucking game. Yo, man, Rhonda went out today, man. I'm just saying, man. She ain't respond.
Look, I know you ain't been on.
You just
I know
talked
you ain't
to
been
her.
on the sticks in a minute.
I know, but
Ham,
that was
you,
5
you
minutes
can't
ago,
you
man.
can't
And I know
pause Call of
Reggie
Duty
went to
like
that
that,
same
Ham.
party.
You can't
Hey,
pause
man,
Call
if
of
she
Duty
want to
like that.
fuck
You gonna
Reggie,
get
she
smoked.
gonna fuck. Hold on, Tommy. If she want to fuck Reggie, she gonna fuck Reggie. Nah, fuck that, man. I'll be back. This is niggas. Stop, bro. Stop. Don't. I'm just saying, y'all overdoing it on my man Travis.
Ham, I was in the military. I done heard some wild stories. One story I haven't heard is a nigga sitting outside of a party while his girl is in there. Like, I've never heard that. And I done heard some sick stories in the military.
No, you know what I
Sitting
heard? My
outside the
military.
story as her
No,
Uber, pretty
see,
much.
that's a thing, bro. I know a lot of people. I seen a nigga shoot up a party over his chick.
Oh no,
and
for
he was in
sure.
the military. I
Yeah.
seen a nigga drag his chick out the party.
Yeah.
Wig first. Feel me? One time I was dealing with this chick. Something happened, boom. So my mans wasn't with me, but I went up there anyway. Them niggas was 5 deep. I was like, damn, I gotta get it shaking with all these niggas. But I was so out of whack. I was about to get the Snoop Dogg shit beat out of me. Because why? Because niggas be wilding over their chick. Niggas be acting like oh, I forgot, Aaron. We on our draws on the outside of our pants. I forgot we super. My bad.
Right.
YouTube.
Exactly.
Damn it. Damn, I forgot we was on YouTube.
Yep.
Listen, not sitting outside of the party don't make you a super.
Girls be fighting over their man.
It's insanity, bro.
I'm just saying, bro.
Like my man, I want to know what was you doing in that car while she was in that party for 2 or 3 hours drinking and having a good. Like, what was you doing sitting in the car?
We ain't never gonna keep it real.
To the party, Tommy. He didn't want to be in the party. She Mexican.
Tommy.
He don't want to be in a Mexican party.
We've all done some
What
dumb
black person
shit.
don't want to be at a Mexican party? Them shits be lit. What you mean?
I can't listen to too much of that shit.
Oh yeah, I forget you from Connecticut. Yeah, we've been jamming that shit since I was a kid.
We got a lot of Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, you're from Mexico, Cali. Like, yeah, we know you're from nigga. You're from Mexico.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all doing a lot.
I ain't going to no party that say tacos 3 times in a song, and I'm about to go.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man. These motherfucking these jackets.
But that's not even just strike one. Like, it's been strike 1, 2, 3, and 4 with this, bro. Like, it's not one single thing that's happened. It's been a lot of shit that's happened. That the reason why everybody was so invested in tripping off of the situation. Like, it ain't just been like, oh, just the party. It ain't been, oh, just the music video she shot. It ain't been, oh, no, just the subtle signs of disrespect people have been picking up on. It ain't been just oh, you weren't even my type. Like, the list goes on, my nigga. It's like, this isn't like we're picking at one little thing, go, oh, y'all overdoing it.
I'll tell you what. Her disrespect is pretty normal. Like, I ain't even, like, what he dealing with is what the majority of niggas is dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Like,
But I'm gonna be honest with you, Hamp. They supposed to be in a honeymoon stage right now. Like, they're supposed to be best behavior right now. The stuff that you talking about usually comes along after like years, and y'all done, been through some shit, yada yada.
What you mean?
Like, he at the part where it's supposed to be still flowers
She
smelling.
been dealing with him since Jackson State.
What, that like 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And social media and all that, they got a whole bunch of shit going on, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, sitting outside of the party is nasty work. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm just saying
that shit stupid as fuck.
Like I said, I just want to know, what was you playing one of them dumb Facebook games? Like, what was you doing?
Ain't that much you could do on the phone, nigga. His thumb probably was sore as shit from scrolling back and forth on that motherfucker. But I'm just saying, man, I don't know. It just well, all right, fuck Travis Hunter. What I'm trying to understand is Mrs. Fantastic saying 50% of niggas were off themselves. You heard? Off themselves, Tommy.
I don't know if I say off, because you always got to remember,
No.
Bestiality
If
is a
women
choice for a lot of these
disappeared,
motherfuckers
though,
out
if
here.
women disappeared,
Yeah.
50%. Oh, you heard it. Okay.
But I'm just saying, bestiality is a choice for some of these niggas out here. I mean, that was going on back in the day. So,
nigga, how many? How many you know niggas out here?
I don't know
Jesus
niggas
Christ!
personally, but nigga, have you seen Florida?
Hold on,
We know when men go to jail. It's
hold
about
on, Sherelle. First off, brother, we talking about niggas specifically.
Oh, you talking about black people?
Niggas
I
fight dogs, not fucking.
I definitely don't think niggas is
All right,
50%
then.
of
So
niggas. Nah.
niggas is fighting the dogs, not fucking the dogs, brother.
Yeah. No, I thought you were talking about men in general overall.
Men in general, yeah, but again, even the
Yeah.
white folks, that's a very small contingent of them crazy ass white boys out here fucking the dogs, bro. I just talked about it.
I heard stories about the
y'all gonna have a. They gonna have a
Christopher
lot
Columbus
of
and them.
Well, yeah, if you Google it, if you want to have be astonished and appalled and shocked and everything, just Google person arrested for animal sex and see who and what pops up.
Florida.
Just saying. Well, white people. I don't know, not necessarily Florida.
Niggas gonna be
It was-
shepherds
it
out
was
here when
Florida. The girl was in Florida.
everybody gonna have a sheep.
Yeah, I seen no girl in Florida. I was like, yo,
White
that's
girl was in fucking Florida. It was a Chihuahua too, or some little bit ass dog.
When a dog is snapping at the dude because he interrupting, that is wild shit, bro.
They at least get some sloppy toppy from one of them dogs. They ain't just gonna go, just
Have you seen dogs' teeth? You got to be an insane nigga.
A man? You talking about a man? But Sherelle, that's impossible.
I know somebody who did it.
Oh my god!
Listen,
If you know the dog mouth is always wet, so it's just licking.
Oh my god!
Lord Jesus, man, I don't listen. Man. Yeah, you know
what? I apologize for even opening up that door. What the fuck?
It's Tommy fault. Tommy talking about motherfuckers, fucking animals. Listen, what I'm saying.
He came up here and got in his bestiality bag. We wasn't nowhere near there.
But yeah,
Sherelle,
man.
You know a nigga. So what you mean?
I'm just saying, but we didn't have to open up that door.
If the majority
trapped in the
of
closet.
men, if the majority of men didn't have sexual access to women, bro, and it was guaranteed without a doubt, eliminated 50%, I think we're being gracious, to be honest with you. At least half of them will get themselves up out of here. Adult men getting themselves right up out of here, bro. Of course, like single without kids and all this other shit.
I think over a period of time, but I don't think it'll be in the short.
Do y'all think y'all
would?
would? Do y'all think y'all would all last like Hamp said to old age?
No, it'd be very few.
Nah, niggas will be knocked off.
Who's gonna be the nurses when y'all get sick?
Well, no, the male nurses and doctors. Doctors are one thing, like you say, male nurses and caregivers would be a whole nother thing. So I don't even think that, Sherelle. I think what I think Tommy kind of alluded to it. Niggas would start hunting niggas for sport. It'll be some real nigga-lander shit for real. So men would.
What about all them old white slave owners? What are they dealing with them black CNA girls all day? Y'all gonna go up in there and wipe their ass after the girls?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, men understand, like, casualties of the situation, right? They old anyway. They didn't live their life. Niggas don't give a fuck about them. Hey, the nursing home.
Y'all going to the nursing home, still lay jello and dip?
Yeah, nursing homes. You in there, brother? Just go ahead and burn them all down. Let them die while they in there, and let them burn them down. That's how men will be looking at it for real. Because now you're on a thrill survival thing.
So do you think that women would go to the nursing homes to take care of old women?
Old women?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes, we would.
No, you wouldn't.
Out of here. Yes, we would.
You would.
It sounds good to think that, but no.
Sherelle, y'all love doing this bullshit. Y'all love doing this girl shit. Like y'all, for one, women hate. Women don't just hate men. They hate women too, right? This is why y'all always have these fucking things y'all have. Okay, men for the most part,
women compete with each other for men.
But again,
but
it's also.
If we take y'all out the equation, I think we would have better. Because nobody would have to like really just do a lot of shit that we do. Because I feel like a lot of times when women don't get along, it's because women are doing too much for men, or like for the male gaze or whatever. Stepping on your sister toe. It's the same stuff y'all do. Like when y'all be, my homie, that's my drawers he got on. I be letting them wear my drawers.
Whoa.
Reggie just did this shit at Streaming University. The hus was up in the room. And he like, yeah, I'm shout out to that stack I gave you the other day. I'm always looking out. He like, yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate
but that
that.
was
He
a
like,
skit, though. That was clearly a skit. That's what I'm saying.
that's
It
how
was a
y'all
skit.
get real like.
No, it is some niggas like that in
Why
real
you
life,
got
though.
why
It
you
is some
got my
niggas like that in real
shoes
life.
I don't
on?
know none of them.
It is some niggas like that in real life, though. Hating ass niggas or whatever. Yeah, that they exist. But what I'm saying is, to the point of right. So, sexual desire is a very very strong thing, but you know, it's all boils down to what dopamine and possibly I don't want to say the wrong one, but dopamine and a couple of other hormones, right? So there are other ways to get that. So niggas would start fighting and hunting and killing and doing whatever they got to do in order to fulfill that thing. So that's
Chat
what also
GPT said that y'all would like it would get some strong men and y'all would make it a sport to conquer weaker men.
Yeah,
Like
well,
y'all, because like the
I'm not gonna
happiest
agree.
men would be like the gay men, and but y'all the
Yeah, I
straight
don't.
men would
Well,
kill
no.
them.
Well,
But wait,
yeah.
if
Well, hold on. So we're just talking about from a chat GBT perspective
Chat
and hypothetical.
GPT.
We got to be careful during Pride Month. But yeah,
Yeah.
the motherfuckers will be the first to go.
It's Pride. Wait,
if
it's
you
Pride Month too. I thought it was.
if you
Men's mental
It's
health
Men's
awareness.
Health Month also. Ain't that some bullshit?
Oh,
What
in
ain't
the Pride Month, and I see you got your rainbow colors on the page.
oh
Oh
Damn,
shit,
my,
this is a fucking
okay, fantastic, fantastic. Got the colors on.
Don't you
Okay, fantastic. Oh, yeah, that
fucking
shit.
disrespect.
Fantastic. Drop the rainbows in the chat.
Ain't no
Drop the
rainbow
rainbows
nothing.
in the chat for fantastic.
The mambas in the chat, motherfucker.
I feel like today was not the day to wear colors. You
This
can't wear no
is
colors all month.
this is a Kobe Bryant shirt that's older than you, Sherelle. This shirt is motherfucking. This shirt you was in elementary
Rainbow
school.
Kid said I'm right. If Rainbow
they
Kid said
Right about
I'm
what?
right,
hey
I'm
Sherelle,
right.
their
Period.
performance in the playoffs was more disrespectful than what she said.
This ain't no damn rainbow.
Pocket
Get the
team,
fuck out.
period. It's all right. You might got some friends
Kobe.
or family members that's pride.
But no, I was gonna say if you erase all the women and any memory of them and yada yada yada, would the sexual drive be the same?
Yeah,
Y'all don't y'all wake up
Kobe.
but like don't y'all have like wet dreams and stuff like that if y'all
Yeah,
don't touch
that would be the
yourself?
conflict. So Tommy,
But
that would
that
actually
would
be the
but that would
conflict,
come
right?
from
So you would
like
have the urge. It wouldn't kill the urge, right? God damn, man. These motherfuckers, they got a whole fucking sewer cave in front of my house. So let me hold on.
We can't hear it.
but
Yeah,
it's
you
but
can hear it. They knocking on my door.
it's hard to answer that if we never lived in a world without women. So if we've never lived in a world without women, without any memory of women, then we don't know
No,
where
you
that
you would
drive will
know.
go.
Prison.
Yeah, but they still have a memory of them. Y'all said no women, no memory of them, etc.
No. Memory exists because if there was no women,
That's
no.
what Fantastic said was, well, I got enough memories I could last, yada
If
yada
there was
yada.
no
And
women,
then
no
somebody said
memory.
no memory.
No. There was no memory. No women, no memory would be no effect. You have to remember. That's the thing
Yeah,
that
see,
gives you.
that's what I was saying. Okay, yeah.
I said you're not gonna remember your sexual fantasies key to key till you could play by play it. Because that's what he's thinking about.
You can't
See,
eliminate one aspect. You got to eliminate all of it if you're gonna eliminate it.
Or well, y'all can still think about it. I guess I think that would actually make it worse for y'all though.
The thinking is the more the torturous part.
Well, no. That's what I was saying though. So it went. So that would be the problem, right? That would be the paradox. So you would eliminate the women, but you wouldn't be able to eliminate the man's urge for, you know what I'm saying? So now you have this emptiness as to what you're like. What is something?
Yeah, you're
always
gonna
missing.
still know that there used to be women. You used to have
That's
sex,
what I'm saying.
and that having sex with other men is gay.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Niggas.
You don't think so? What percentage of men you think is gonna be gay? Out that 50% that didn't off themselves.
I'm gonna let Hamp tell you. Hamp tell you how many. What's the percentage?
The same percentage that existed before them heifers disappeared is the same percentage.
So you don't think that men go? You don't think that
them
men
niggas
go
was
to
just quiet
jail
about it.
straight and get to jail and be gay?
See, Sherelle brought it up, not me.
No, but men do go to jail and be gay.
No.
You
Gay
think it was
men
gay
go to
all
jail
the
and be
time?
gay men go to jail and be gay.
So you don't never think they switch up when they get in there?
No.
You think
My
they
brother
already
been
gay?
out for 25. He ain't switched up yet. So
yeah,
I'm
they
just
already
saying.
gay.
They definitely do. Shout out to Wayne Perry.
They definitely get in
this
there and
nigga.
switch up. What you drinking?
Do they switch up or do they open up?
Water. They already
water.
gay.
Soda water.
water.
Nah, you ain't. Y'all better stop putting that jacket on niggas. Them niggas already gay.
They already gay.
I told y'all, it's never been a straight DL man in the history of niggas.
So are they going to jail so they could be free?
No, they going to jail till they got locked up for murder, and then
They going to jail so they could be free. Because they can't be
Some
a free gay man in the real world. That's why we have Pride Month.
Why they can't?
Y'all niggas
This probably about as open as the world had ever been to that shit.
Y'all niggas what?
But you can't be a gangster and be gay.
Shit, me, Gangsta-licious.
Wayne Perry.
That ain't what I heard about in Atlanta.
Yeah, Wayne Perry and a couple other motherfuckers.
Y'all
Gotta stop this shit, man. Seriously, it's diabolical, man.
Hey, man, that's what the prison niggas say, man.
Gay niggas go to jail and be gay. That's what it is.
Yep.
You in denial. But that's a river in Egypt, so.
I'm in denial. How?
What's the syrup or jelly?
Become gay.
You had the syrup or jelly nigga. You got Fleece Johnson. What was the other one?
But they wasn't gay before they went to jail. They
were. They were always gay. This all is real. So this is something I do agree with, and I don't think people understand. A man never becomes gay. He was just always. He hasn't acted on his tendencies. If you're gay, you're always gay. You don't just turn gay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I ain't never said this over here, but I've said it, so I guess I'll say it here. God made women the Holy Trinity. You get me, Sherelle? The Holy Trinity.
I don't get it.
The Holy Trinity. HOLEY. HOLEY.
You know the Holy Spirit.
All the holes you could possibly need, God put on a woman. And apparently, Sherelle, some women say it's a fourth hole. You know what I'm saying? So again, there's no excuse. That's for them freaky ass feet niggas, Sherelle. I was confused for a little minute too, but freaky ass feet niggas, fourth hole, right?
I was thinking about the eye. I'm not gonna lie.
No, your eye's not a hole. But no, so the Holy Trinity, right? God, lay her down, turn around, put her knees on the ground. God don't make no mistakes, baby. You feel me? So that's why I be not understanding these brotherfuckers. I don't get it. I don't get these brotherfuckers, man. I don't get it.
It's just something about the way a man makes you feel. Y'all don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
y'all
for a woman.
supposed to be on the opposite side of doing the man thing. But it's something about the way a man makes you feel when you're in his arms. You know what I'm saying?
Man. All right, bro.
I'm with the gays. I understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm like with the gay men, what they see in men, I see that too.
Ew. Yeah,
like when we look at y'all, we see y'all the same. I see y'all the same as the men see y'all the same. I'll be like, oh, look at that man. And then the gay be like, oh, look at that man. Look at his arms. Look at, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to catch up to what these niggas is talking about. I get back, they start talking about some wild shit. Why? Why y'all talking about that again?
What, the gay stuff? Y'all talked about gay stuff yesterday?
Yeah. Here's the point, man. Niggas is not
when you was away, we started talking about bestiality. So you had a good version.
Yeah, that was crazy as fuck.
Tommy brought that shit into it. He said niggas. I was like, I'm
gonna tell y'all this. 50% of men are not all for themselves, right? If you have centered women to that point, you got other fish to fry. I'm telling y'all that straight up and down. Y'all got other fish to fry. You got more intrinsic things that you need to deal with if your motivation and inspiration both come from getting access to a woman. Y'all niggas is fucking bugging. Ain't that much biology in the goddamn world, bro.
Really is. I'm telling you.
That is diabolical, son. The weakness, impudence that you put on men by casting that aspersion, Mr. Fantastic, is nasty work, bro.
No, it's not. It's not weakness, and I say it's the same thing for women. That's what I'm saying. It's.
You said they're gonna off themselves.
Yes, they are. again. Now let's go back to the Bible.
50% of niggas gonna off themselves if women weren't available.
Yes, Hamp. They're going.
Women are in control at that point.
Well, no, I know. Again, Hamp. It supersedes your decision making and all of this other like not even hypothetical, but I guess like
no, because it's weak. To not have self control is weak. Is weak.
Oh, so you're saying about self deletion part? That part makes it weak.
You'll do anything for cheeks. When you don't have access to cheeks, you kill yourself. If that ain't weak, I don't know what is.
No, but Hamp, permanently, okay, permanently. So let's flip it. Hold on. All right. So you're principled. All right. You're in a place where all you have to eat is pork. Are you gonna fucking follow your principle?
No.
So you're gonna die.
But that's because of starvation, though.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. So you're still making the same decision. It's the same thing, and yours doesn't have any science to it. It's just belief. So the man that doesn't have a woman has a biological fucking contact to it. On top of the fact of like, well, damn, you lost half of your purpose of existence.
And the majority of men have never been in a situation where they didn't have women around.
Yes, and no man has. No man has been in a place where, well, outside of like prison for the most part, right? But that's what I'm saying. Even most of those men experience women at some point in time, and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm saying. And we're not talking about him.
And they be hitting the girls at the prisons, the guards.
Well, you never knew what a woman was. We're talking about you had it. You had sex. You had experience of it. You know what a woman feels like. You know what a woman looks like. You know what a woman smells like. Now that shit is gone.
Bro, but this is crazy. Yo, this is the crazy. So, yo, like it's like when you doing stuff, right? When you doing stuff and you have tasks to accomplish and things of that nature. So I'm not thinking about cheeks all day, especially if I don't even see women. Like if I don't see,
that's because you have it. Yours is guaranteed. So that's why I say you got to remove yourself. Stop just thinking in the midst of everybody's hamp. Everybody's not hamp. Just think as a man basic, right? So as a basic man, bro, right? Of a man that's trying to get to the point of where, hey, I have consistent vagina, consistent access to a woman or women, right? That is what most of his moves are done in order to get to. You know what I'm saying? At some point. It doesn't have to be the forefront, right? It's not the reason. But even when you were you guys had your monologue earlier, we know in the back of our minds it's a byproduct. If I get enough money, the hoes will come, right? So even though you're not making the hoes your purpose, one of your hopeful byproducts and final rewards is the hoes, is access to sex. So now if you take that away, what does a man replace that with, Hamp?
Push-ups.
No, nigga. No. How many niggas you know doing push-ups? Period. Fuck out of here.
Man, Fantastic is tripping. He tripping, brother. Good brother. Niggas ain't killing themselves or deleting themselves out of 50%. Good morning, y'all. If that was the case, then niggas doing life would be offering themselves at a higher rate. Nigga, you forgetting the other biological imperative is to survive. Not just reproduce, you want to survive too. Niggas ain't gonna kill themselves out of maybe 10% rate. I'll give you 10%. But 50% of niggas ain't gonna off themselves if the women disappear. We want to survive, brother. Fuck that hope. Niggas doing life, like I said, will off themselves at a higher rate. If that was the case, they don't have no hope. They're not getting out. They got no women. What are you talking about?
Well, first off, that's a very, very small percentage of people. You're talking about a percentage within 1%, brother.
And it's still okay, but within that 1%, it would be a higher percent of them deleting themselves. It's 100% of that 1%, right? 100% of niggas doing life. That 1% is 100 niggas. 100% niggas. Out of that 100% of niggas, only a minority of them off themselves because they have no hope of getting women. Only about 3% of that 100% of niggas doing life.
Yo, son.
Niggas want to survive, brother. Go ahead.
Even when niggas get cheeks, right? Let me see if y'all gonna keep it tall. You get cheeks, right? You got access to cheeks, right? Has it ever been easier to just masturbate?
Yes.
Like you, like, nigga, as opposed to doing all that other shit, Boom. Now I'm on with my day.
Good, easy peasy.
Has it ever felt better than being with a woman?
Hell no, never.
Yeah, sometimes you be like,
damn, Sherelle gonna post his bail, CJ. Good gracious, man. Let Miss Fantastic talk.
You crazy as fuck. Hell no, never.
We didn't ask you that. Sherelle introduced that.
I got you, Fantastic. These niggas
Exactly. You not your hands
you
is
didn't
not
even
going
answer the initial question.
They're being obtuse.
Wait, I've already answered. I've explained and over explained, brother. Listen here. Listen, like I said, man. You niggas need to take yourself away from it. Okay. Most of these niggas out here that's doing any and everything, bro. Hemp, niggas is paying to look at pussy, brother. Niggas paying to look at it. Pussy they never gonna touch. Okay.
Self-deletion rates is already up anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And
it's that high. What are we talking about?
No, it is extremely high, but still, like you said, we know.
One for white men.
Fantastic! I can't believe.
Okay. So what? So all the stuff that men are deleting themselves over now, right? All these stuff that men are deleting themselves for now, with the possibility of sex, right? All right. Now take that away. You don't think that's gonna fucking blow up exponentially, brother?
No, Fantastic. That's because wait a minute. Men will off themselves because what women put them through. Yes, that's why. But if they had the freedom of no women, they could just go tend to their own vices, play games, eat food, do what the fuck niggas do. Niggas gonna do that. Niggas ain't gonna just off themselves like, oh, no more women. I gotta go. No, they gonna be like, all right, I can play the game all day. I can watch sports all day. I can go I can eat all day. I can do what the fuck I wanted to do anyway.
Hold on. So you think niggas hold on. So see, this is where y'all are fundamentally fucked up.
Niggas play the game
all day. So you think niggas are still gonna go out here and motherfucking play basketball for niggas only?
Yes, niggas like playing basketball. What you talking about, brother?
Hold on. What, CJ? What is the number one motherfucking perk of being a fucking professional athlete?
Money, women,
hoes,
women. Yes.
All right.
I didn't say professional, nigga. I said niggas still gonna go hoop each other up. They're not gonna strive for the. I agree, niggas ain't gonna strive to be professional basketball players the way they are now. But niggas still like playing basketball with each other. Niggas still like video games. Niggas still like fishing. Niggas still like doing man shit. Niggas still like sports. Niggas still like shit. So niggas just gonna be like, no more women, gotta go. Like, we still got a whole world to explore. Niggas like exploring shit. Hold on, niggas like exploring shit. Niggas want to explore the world. Like, it ain't just the women. Fantastic.
CJ.
Go ahead.
I got a question for you. CJ, how many times your ass have been hiking? Thank you.
Like 3
Y'all stop playing with me. Nigga, you are not finna go motherfucking
like
hiking.
3 times, and they all were with women. And they all were with women. You gotta go.
Yeah, stop, bro. Listen. CJ will really be fucked up.
Fantastic. Wait. Fantastic. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna let you back in, bro. Let me say this. I got it because Ham, you hear me? You weren't here. So what would really happen is niggas would start hunting niggas. Men would start hunting other men and be on some real type Highlander shit because now you gotta replace that rush you got from sex with something.
Oh my God, man. Niggas play the video games all day. Fantastic. Niggas sit in their house playing games all day. Playing Madden all day. Playing playing Fortnite all day. Niggas do this shit without thinking about women that much. Niggas do not niggas think about sex, yes.
CJ, you work, correct. You train for boxing.
Correct.
How many days a week you train for boxing?
5 days a week, 6.
5 days a week. You work how many days a week? At least 5 and not 6 or 7.
5 days a week.
5 days a week. Okay, so how much during the week, during your work week and training week, do you even touch your PlayStation or Xbox?
I don't play games.
Oh yeah, exactly, nigga.
I'm a motherfucker, but a lot of people do play games.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. The gaming community, brother, is not that big. Most niggas are not that serious.
He's smoking rocks. No, my God, you smoking rocks. Fantastic. You think the gaming community ain't a big community?
CJ, for grown men, no. CJ, I'm retired.
Play more video games than kids.
CJ, and again, what's one of the reasons niggas play fucking video games?
Because they like games for the enjoyment.
And what else?
I don't know.
So they ain't got to hear the bitch nag.
Exactly.
Get a reason to fucking get away from a bitch nagging. So now that's a way.
You helping
all right?
my case. You helping my case.
Not helping your case. Because no, it's not helping your case. If you ain't no bitch to nag, now you don't want to play the game, brother. Now
No,
you
you still want to play the game, no, nigga. Oh my God, he tripping.
Think
DJ.
about it though, fantastic. A lot of men
Oh
don't want to
my
go to jail
God.
because they wouldn't have access to women, so they wouldn't even care about crashing out.
Yeah, the law. That's what I'm saying. Niggas is gonna be hunting niggas. That's what they motherfuckers not understanding. Niggas don't have give a fuck about no laws, no rules, no nothing. Niggas is literally gonna be hunting niggas on some motherfucking Mad Max and Thunderdome shit.
Niggas is not gonna be doing this shit, man. Fantastic is tripping. Niggas gonna be in their fucking house playing their games, inventing new games, probably fucking working out, chill. Probably not less working out because there's nobody impressed now. But playing their games, eating more, getting fatter. We probably get fatter and sloppier. And yes, the world probably kind of deteriorate because niggas ain't being motivated to go and improve because we're not competing as much because we not have nothing to compete for. If
Well,
less women are there.
you're starting to prove fantastic point now.
Prove my point. Definitely, you have nothing to compete
I don't
for.
mean that. No, his point was they gonna off
Fantastic,
themselves.
if you
Niggas
let
ain't
them
offing
talk
themselves.
long enough,
All right, let me
they'll
hear.
prove
I want
your
to hear what
point.
Cheeky got to say. What's good,
That's it.
Cheeky
Just
brother?
let them keep talking.
Go ahead, Cheeky. What you got, Cheeky?
What's good, Cheeky?
Hey,
Man?
What's good? Hey, everybody. I don't know why we think that men are going to off themselves. That's crazy. Off themselves is insane. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah, you're breaking the first law, which is survival.
Survive. We want to survive.
No, I don't care. You know what's so crazy? Everybody that's ever wanted to off themselves, put them on the front line of battle. You're gonna see them scrambling from bullets and all kinds, trying to survive, even though they don't want to live. Come on, look, man, they're not gonna off themselves. Now, I can't speak on the motivations of men. That's crazy. If women are your only motivation, and if they're not here, things don't get done. I don't think that's true. I just don't think that's true. I don't think that would. We haven't seen a society like that where there are no women and there are no men. But to think that the sole purpose for a man to get anything done as a woman is crazy. That's insane. I don't even think that's the case. I think if anything, we're starting to show that we don't need to interact with each other as much and be motivated through that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think that's the case.
Well, no. So even in that case, though, Cheeky, like I said, it's still like it's hope, right? I'm pretty sure you're aware of the drowning rat thing.
Hey, Chief, did you speak to me?
Yeah, he did. He said, "What's up?"
Yeah, said, "What's up?"
Me.
You didn't speak. He didn't speak back. You didn't speak back,
I don't
him.
give a damn. You spoke to them.
I said, "What's up, everybody?" What are you talking about?
I understand that.
Gotta
I
say
said you
his
speak to me, nigga.
Oh, what's good?
Oh, you got to make it personal.
I was like, wait. I thought maybe
shake his head like that.
I thought maybe I missed something. I was like, bro, did I not say what's up?
Nigga, I don't care if you got headphones on.
Man, I was like,
Yeah.
wait
So,
a minute.
what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, the drowning rat.
The rat drowning rat. Yeah,
drown. You're aware of that? You familiar with that?
I think I am. Are you talking about where they? No, explain it because I'm
cool.
thinking about the pretty rat experiment.
Did this experiment with rats where they put them in a bucket of water or whatever, and eventually the rats tired out and they drown. Right now, then they took the second group of rats, and when they got to that point of where they started, about to drown, they picked them up, they dried them off, they fucking set them to the side, but then they threw them back in the water again. When they put them back in the water, the ones that was the second test group, Cheeky, guess what happened? They tread water for hours beyond because they gave them hope. Even animals understand the ideology of hope, Cheeky.
Hope to survive, fantastic. Hope to survive, brother. Survival is the main thing. We want to survive.
So I get what Fantastic is saying. And I think I would agree to the idea of hope, but hope for just women alone, I don't think that's the main cause, right? Like,
well, it's a major aspect of it, though, Cheeky. So again, like I said, so can we agree? I understand the two major biological is survival and procreation, right?
Mm-hmm.
We both have innate subconscious motive, right, to just do those two things. So what I'm saying is, if you remove one of the two major things, what can you possibly replace that with? You've lost half of your purpose, survival, but now you take away the procreation and again the interaction with women from it, from people that have experienced it. That's the big thing too. So now we ain't talking about men that you just wake up one day and you and there's always been men.
Wait. Well, no. But the thing was, you guys' memory was erased of it. Like there's no
it wasn't erased. It wasn't erased.
That's what they. I thought
no, it wasn't erased.
Oh, okay.
That's what you made the clarification for. The memory wasn't erased.
We gave them
the.
Wait. Can I say this? Can I say one thing?
Wait. Hold on. Wait. So the memory's not gone.
The memory's not gone.
Well, then niggas is beating off. This is
but wait. Fantastic.
The memory's still there.
Hold on, Kiki. Hold on.
Take away porn.
You don't have to take away porn if. Hold on. Wait. Pause.
Hold on. Wait.
Let me finish. Go ahead, CJ, bro. Go ahead.
This is a fantastic point. It's not they're not attached to each other. It's not survival and reproduce. It's not attached. You want to survive and you want to reproduce.
Just have a conversation.
They're two separate things. So you still want to survive even if you can't reproduce. It's not like, I lost my purpose to reproduce. I don't want to survive anymore. That's not how the biological imperative work. Fantastic.
Okay, sure. Now that we've gotten to the part where we don't forget. Wait. We just unlocked the dub. The dub is niggas don't forget. Niggas is closing their eyes and beating off.
But the purpose is, they're not saying that the purpose of your life is survival. They're saying women literally are your purpose. The reason why you want to live, your desire to live is women.
And that's
not true though.
Capital W wrong, right?
Yeah,
because men have found purpose in God, right? There are monks, there are men, there are people.
You know how many people gonna curse out God?
It don't matter. It don't matter. The issue is, or the question was, what can replace the purpose of woman and man? And the simple answer is things, or God, or an idea of something. We have no evidence, or let me not say we don't. I don't think that there's any evidence to prove that there is a sky daddy, but yet somehow, some way, most black people will say there is a God. His name is Jesus, and I have to live a certain way according to that. Okay, so if that is the case, there are men in the Bible, specifically like Paul, who said, I will never marry and I will never have a woman. He's found purpose. There's purpose outside of women. And if a man can't identify that purpose outside of women, then maybe he shouldn't be here.
Paul was looking up Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Them crusades was on his mind. People, you know what I'm saying? Like, Paul had a real purpose now. Come on now. He's the father of Christianity.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. So you know this nigga Paul actually walked around with Jesus, right? So that's a little different.
Paul did not. Paul never met that nigga. Paul got hit off by a donkey and then start speaking to him. Paul was on shrooms. Anyway, we're gonna keep it
pushing. Shrooms was crazy.
Paul's had some bad fish, but he found purpose. There are men, and there are Chinese monks.
Paul before or after Jesus?
He's after Jesus.
He's after Jesus. He used to be killing people who believed in Christ, who was running around. You was running around saying,
I'm thinking Peter.
You're thinking
Paul was Peter.
No, Paul was not Peter. Paul and Peter had a clash. Peter was one of the disciples. He was the one that denied Christ 3 times during when the
Peter was the nigga cutting off ears, right?
Yes. Peter was cutting off ears. Paul was not him.
Telling people he didn't know Jesus. Right out. They're like, don't you be with Jesus? I don't know that nigga.
I don't know that man.
Yeah, but 3 times before the cock crows. Gotcha.
Yes.
Pause.
Yeah, no. But that's the scripture for sure.
Yeah, so Paul was Saul. There we go. Paul was Saul. I was trying to figure out whose name changed. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Either way, this man lived in the days of God himself. Okay, where God was present, and I forget what they call it. It was like it was like certain times, right, from a religious aspect. Right. So that's totally different. Just like Moses. Moses didn't meet God himself, but he met God through the bush. Right. So that's totally different, bro.
Moses talked face to face with God on the mountain. That's why his face used to be gold.
I thought he talked to him through the bush. He couldn't look at his face.
He had multiple meetings with him.
With God.
Okay, cool. So this is what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing of where the purpose is God or monks or all these different things, Chigi, those are very, very small percentage of men that are able to do that. A man that's able to be a monk and swear off women or be a pope or be any of these things and never experience women, we know that's a very small percentage. And you were saying something to the point, I don't know if you were listening, you're talking about men with purpose. What I'm saying is majority of men don't have and never find their purpose. Even Hamp said that, right? He said, I'll ask you, what percentage of men you think, or just adults in general, and then we say men. So adults in general, and then men specifically, what percentage of adults and then men have purpose?
I don't know how to answer that.
Outside of women, right?
Just give us a guess. What would be a guesstimation? Give us a guess.
That people have purpose. 100%. Yeah, 100% of people have purpose. Yeah.
No, definitely no way.
Everybody has a purpose.
No, I'm saying I'm not saying just yes. Of course, everyone has a purpose, but I'm saying their purpose, their personal purpose.
Somebody discovering that.
Yes.
I had to put a number to it. It can't be most. It can't be most.
All right.
Or maybe it could. Well, I don't know, because if there's no purpose, wouldn't they eliminate themselves because there is no purpose?
No. So that's what I'm saying. This is where hope comes in, and this is where like you said, the things are, right? So what is the thing men replace with most things with? Pursuit of women and sex. So that's why a lot of men, because they haven't found their purpose or haven't defined their purpose, they make women their purpose and sex their purpose. Right?
I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true either. I think women in sex is not a man's purpose, but a byproduct of just trying to figure it out. Like, I don't think men are having sex like this is my purpose. They're just doing it because
we're saying the same thing. So let me just be clear.
Okay.
Since he hasn't found his purpose, he replaces his purpose with women and sex.
Oh, so he's distracting himself. Okay, yes. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah. And as a lot of people said, I agree with this in the chat, a lot of the reasons why most men don't end up finding their purpose is what? Women in the pursuit of sex, right?
So if we're saying that most men don't find their purpose due to the access or pursuing the sex, if you get rid of it,
they'll find their purpose.
It sounds to me like they'll find their purpose and they'll realize it's not sex.
Yes.
No, and again, that doesn't now that's correlation causation. No, just because you remove something that he was replacing, I still like so. All right, so now second question, I guess. So how many people do you think end up at the end of their old age before they leave this planet? How many people you still think is the same? End up finding their purpose
before they leave or after they leave?
Before they leave, obviously before they leave, before they die.
I think most people, I guess, would. I don't know. It's hard for me to answer this. Like, I really don't know. This is all conceptual. So
no, it's meant to be that way. It's not a gotcha.
So I'm not. I don't think it is. I'm just trying to think about it. I think most people when they get older, they do find their purpose and they try to explain that to the people they interact with. Like, I worked at an old folks home. All the older guys and girls, or the old people, they would always say, "Hey, there's more to life. There's family. There's things. There's this. There's that. It's not just about this or about that." And all of them didn't have a partner. All of them they all have their own idea of what they thought, their life meant at the end of it all. And it wasn't sex and women.
No, of course not.
It's a fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a fantastic point. Hold on. To your point, a lot of men do make family their purpose. Like, they make raising their family, and they make that their purpose. So without that, then you're right, they will be purposeless. Like, is that a word?
Yeah. So what you do?
But I think they will find purpose in other places, meaning in life in other places. They wouldn't just off themselves if they didn't have that purpose to fulfill themselves. They would just have to find purpose in other places, like I said.
Yeah, but now you do understand, like you said, for the most part, the majority, family from that point to where the women are raised, there isn't more family for the ones that exist.
So again, I think using the word family, I'm not meaning like a child or a wife. Family in the sense of some level of camaraderie, right? Some level of building or community, right? I think that some level of tribalism, right? Like there's some reason for a man to survive, whether it be for somebody else or his own self, but it doesn't have to revolve around women. I think because we live in a society and it makes sense, and most of us are heterosexual, it involves women. But if women leave, I don't think that half of humanity or the other half, or the male aspect, is completely devoid of purpose. That's crazy. I don't think so.
That's where, like I said, and you can see this literally in some species, right? If you don't have a companionship thing with them, loneliness, right? Remember we talk about now, it's a loneliness crisis. So loneliness would become a thing, and it wouldn't be something that you'd be able to replace with a man because you lack intimacy. Intimacy is an important part of human socialization. So now that's what I'm saying. It's not just eliminating the physical aspect of it. It's not just the sex. It's everything that a woman brings to a man that he longs for as a person.
So
I'm cool.
Okay.
Let me wrap it up.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm listening.
I'm cool hanging out with niggas, hooping, lifting weights, and so on and so forth. Like Sherelle said, after that shit, I'm not finna hang with you niggas. I'm not finna go home with you niggas. I'm finna go get me some pussy. I'm finna have somebody motherfucking rub my shoulders. I'm finna motherfucking smell some motherfucking good perfume. Okay. I want, and I, since I already experienced it in my mind, all right, it's become something that soothes and comforts me. It is a comfort. So now you're taking away one of the man's ultimate comforts, and he's going, you see what I'm saying?
So fantastic. No.
What if you?
Well, even
if
I go,
what if you found out when you kill yourself, where you go when you die, the girls is over there?
No, you can't. No,
this
Sherelle,
is some crazy shit. No, fantastic.
Now it's 75%. If y'all want some Muslim 1240 virgin shit, now it's 75% of niggas. But stop, Sherelle.
Yeah. But if I go hoop, we finish hooping, and I don't have a girl to go home to, I'm not gonna. I might want to go play the game when I go home. I might just want to go sleep. I might just I might have a comforter chair. It's not the end all be all. Niggas don't have a girl to go home to, or niggas lose their purpose. Niggas lose they wherewithal because they don't have a woman to go home to. Like niggas understand most men when they finish hooping, they don't have a girl that, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of men don't have a woman to go home to when they finish doing men activities. And they might feel a little depressed about it, but they're not gonna off themselves because of it.
Well, CJ, you're talking about, we're not talking about one occasion. We're talking about perpetuity, permanently. Women are permanently gone, never to return.
This. And men will find other ways to
no, you won't. You will not.
Wait. I see. This is where I just don't see how you don't see this. Are humans not evolution? Like, do they not know how to adapt to situations? Are they not that? Have we not survived thousands upon thousands of years? And you're telling me if we remove one half of what we are, we would never learn how to adapt and just die of old age.
Well, first off, hold on. Let's. I think we need to establish a fundamental reality, right? So let's establish a fundamental reality.
Okay.
For one, that would be and knowing that everything is going to go extinct because now the women are gone, so there's no more procreation. Okay?
Right.
All right. So
Understood.
let's stay there.
All right.
So if there's no more procreation, what are you living and building for? A lot of the things y'all talk about, the purpose and shit you're doing and the shit that men do is for our children's we're never going to get to see, correct? Men think that way. But now, that's why I say y'all just make this shit about pussy, and women. No. It's much. That's how important the shit is. This is the end of the fucking world as we know it. It's the end of fucking existence.
Right. And okay, agreed. So we all agree that this is the end of it all. This is extinction. There is no woman to reproduce. I do not think most men are going, well, let me end
Let me do it. No, that's not going to happen. It might be anarchy.
There's so many other steps. There may be depression, maybe worldwide depression.
Yes.
There may be
ain't no maybe, bro.
There will be anarchy. There will be chaos.
Right.
It is guaranteed all the negative shit y'all saying.
Okay, great. And what I'm saying is before death, there will be those things, and most men will not take their life from it. I'm sorry, they just won't. They're just not. Do you know how hard it is to take it? Like, do you know what? Like, you gotta really think. You gotta be there. You have had to be there. It's not easy.
I'm not saying that it's easy.
All you really gotta do is get a generator and plug it up in your room.
Whoa, no, don't say that. Yeah, no. So
niggas ain't doing that either, Sherelle. What you talking about?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Though,
that's the final decision. Sorry.
So we look at the things that men are doing to get themselves up out of here for whatever reason, whatever, everything it encompasses, right? And then you still have some men that say, well, hey, I can't do this because, hey, my family needs me, my wife needs me, my girl needs me, my whatever, right? So on and so forth, right? Now that eliminates the stopgap or that stopping reason for a lot of shit because, hey, it's over with. We no one's gonna make it out of this shit. So once you take away hope from people, from human beings, bro, you take away their hope. And I'll ask you, Cheeky, you brought up something that's really interesting, right? Mm-hmm. You say you work in an old folks home.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of the concept of a will to live, right?
Mm-hmm.
You believe that's a thing? You believe that's a real thing?
Will to live, yes. Yeah.
All right. So that's what I'm telling you. So what I'm telling you is a lot of men will lose that shit, bro, if they don't have no woman to fucking fulfill and they
I'm not
to continue.
Look, fantastic. We're not disagreeing that some men will. You said 50%, my boy.
My nigga, I'm telling you.
That's 50%.
I know these niggas, man.
50% is stupendous.
I know.
50% is a whimsical number.
What do you mean 5%?
Up out of here.
Maybe 10%. Fantastic. Not no.
No, ain't no 10%.
Maybe 5%.
The current. Let me see what the current self-deletion rate is.
It's not like 1%, less than 1%. Fantastic. Like 0.05%.
Can I read these while y'all look it up?
Yeah, for sure. We'll both look it up.
Big Sad with the $5 says he participated in simp behaviors to get her though. Who, Travis?
Yeah, he's talking about Travis.
Yep. Matrion with the 20 ball says, do you think it would be the super nigga or the beta to delete?
The beta's the super nigga still got a super. You see, Hamp said he gonna live as long as he gonna live.
I'm gonna live. That's a damn sure, nigga.
Sway got something for you in here too.
I got 600 stitches in my hand one time. I just had to learn with my other hand. If you know, you know. Jonathan with the $10 says he's not a simp. Ellipsis. Most dudes would just say he's going in blind. JT with the $5 said origin of simp is simpleton, a foolish or a gullible person, a person lacking intelligence or common sense. Ezekiel with the $10 says, Hamp, Travis is definitely, extremely, most definitely, and without question, a simp. HQ with the $2 says mass offing days every year. Come on, HQ. HQ says Hamp said they were turned. No, I didn't say that. I don't even believe in that they choose, so that's not me. HQ with the $2 says man's task is us. Everything lead to us. I don't know, HQ. You might be past your time, baby girl, but
way past her time. But she talks like she's still in her prime.
HQ, man, I ain't seeing you in a minute, HQ. You know I'm sensitive. Truth and reality, undefeated with the $5 says fantastic. Only talking about loser men with nothing going on. A man with his purpose, not worried about the box. Men have multiple hobbies.
Yeah, but how many men
for 11 months? Says y'all ever hear Fantastic say women instead of hoes or bitches? Shit is pathetic to listen to. True reality, undefeated with the $5 says the gym, gaming, streaming shows, working, reading, basketball, watching sports. Also, CJ is right. The primary instinct is survival, not smashing. Laughing my ass off. HQ with the $2 says no snatch forever is another level. Red Pill with the $5 says fantastic. Wrong on this one. I never thought I'd see the day. Most men don't prioritize box to the level he does. At my worst, I never did it the most for box. HQ with the $2 says people underestimate sex drive. It's the motivator. Red Pill Ranger with the $2 says men game, stream shows, and anime for hours and beat me. Black King living for 13 months. The survival is the hope that things will get better. Sway with the $2 says it's easy to feel that way. Hamp 6 kids later. I got 2 sets of twins, my nigga. See, y'all leave that part out pretty conveniently. Dollar Washington with the $5. They don't snap all women, including my only 2 kids, daughters. I'm finding the red button and pushing it on my way out.
That's still 4 kids, motherfucker. You act like you will have 2 kids without the
What
twins.
I'm saying
you
is,
still have
niggas
4
acting like
kids,
I would just boom kid. No, bro, boom.
It was pretty
kids.
close, nigga. How many kids? How many years did you? How far apart are your kids?
2, 2, 3, 3. Okay. For reality,
2, 3.
Fantastic is just pussy, bro, not oxygen. Red pill with the 2000s. Most people don't have the balls to delete themselves. Red pill with the 2000s. Fantastic. Never heard of MGTOW? They still here. P. Keezy. Hello. I heard the niggas without a dick and any balls walking around thriving. Miss Fantastic. Oh my God. AL with the $5 says, do people miss their purpose because they underestimate? They think it's some grand purpose to change the world when it's to sweep the floors. I don't know if you want to respond to any of them 7 messages.
So hold on. So yeah, shout out to Truth and Reality Undefeated, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Red Pill Ranger. Brother. Y'all, because I am being honest and I am saying the shit a lot of you niggas are scared to say, a lot of you niggas just don't realize about men. I truly understand men in their totality, the incels to the super niggas and everything in between, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, so on and so forth, all that bullshit, right? I am telling you, the shit that I've seen niggas do for pussy, okay? All right, put their lives on the line. Niggas have took other men's lives over pussy that they couldn't have no more, that they couldn't have any more. They had access and they lost access to one pussy. If you take all of them away,
can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. If you take all the pussy away, niggas is out.
Nah, and fantastic. I agree
First
with most
and
of the
foremost,
shit you
I
said.
apologize. The day has been sporadic, not going how I would like to go. But we're able to convene quickly and just go over.
I got it.
All right, fantastic. I agree with most of the shit you say, but on this one, brother, yes, a nigga will kill another nigga for taking this bitch. I'm not killing myself. Excuse the language. I'm not deleting myself. So bro, not 50%. Cheeky is right, bro. Me and Cheeky is 50% is way too fucking high. Maybe 5%, maybe 10.
I looked it up.
Brother.
I looked it up. Here's this current stats, right? 49,000 Americans. This is men and women. Americans. 49,000, and I rounded it up to 50,000 just for the sake of math. 49,000 Americans, 49,316 to be more specific, deleted themselves in 2023. That is only 0.147. That's not even 1%. It's I will round it up. It's 0.02% of the entire population. I do not think that the 0.2% of the entire population is enough for us to make the jump to if there are no women. 50% of men.
Oh my God, man.
50% is.
Are you hearing that number? Fantastic. 50%. Half the men.
Fantastic. 50%.
50. Fantastic. 50, brother.
I am standing on this shit 1,000 toes down.
Oh,
again, as you said yourself, Cheeky, we've never experienced it to where there are no women for men to deal with in mass at all. Okay. I am telling that would be hold on. Let me
finish. My bad.
Such a culture shock and a change to the existence of humankind that most people
in prison.
Brother,
let him finish. You gotta let him finish.
Sorry. Even all the shit y'all giving up now, for the most part, it's a very small percentage of people that serve life sentences are never going to get out. Okay. So those people, those hopeless people are a small contingent,
but
right?
Out of those people, how many would
you gotta let them finish?
Hold on. In most cases, as to where now again, you remove something that is critical and imperative for human existence. The majority, and I really cut you slack, and I said half. For half of the people to just want to check out and not know what to do, and it be so much chaos to where they just say, I'm out, bro, it's not unrealistic. It's just not. A lot of the people, if you go back, Cheeky, and you find out, right, to where you had people in situations, like the stuff that happened in Germany and shit, right? the suicide rates went up exponentially in those situations. Why? Because they didn't think it was no hope. They would think it was ever get out, and it wasn't just themselves. They was getting their whole family up out of here. So that's a group of people that are in just so much duress and stress in a particular situation. We're talking about women being eliminated, which men are going to understand. Oh shit, humanity is over. All the women are gone. We can't make any more humans. All the women are gone. Who am I here to protect? A big part of your existence as a man is provision and protection, right?
No, why do we keep saying these things?
It's survival. Survival is our big thing.
Okay, go ahead. Let them know.
Survive, fantastic.
No, CJ, the biological imperative is the biological aspect of it, the science part of it. Now you have the sociological and the emotional.
Right. All right.
Yes. So that's so again, you can't just talk about one and not talk about the other.
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
If I don't have nobody to protect and provide for, I don't feel like offing myself. No person feels this way. They don't say, "Oh, I don't got nobody to protect and provide for. I don't know what to do." No, we go figure out something to do with ourselves. We go provide for ourselves. We protect ourselves. We still got to survive. Like it's not. Oh my God, fantastic!
CJ, you got a girl?
Yes.
Why?
Because all women, because 50%, because the women haven't disappeared.
Why?
And I like vagina, nigga. I still gotta procreate. I do have a biological imperative.
No. So I ask you again. No. Not a girl. You have a woman you're in a relationship with.
Yes.
Why?
Because I like her. I don't know what
okay, so why can't you like her outside of a relationship? Why did you choose to get in a relationship with her?
Because women like this relationship shit.
Oh, because you wanted to provide and protect, nigga.
No,
next,
hell,
go ahead.
It wasn't because I wanted to provide and protect. What you talking about? I don't want to just. What you hell fucking know?
That's what a relationship is, man.
That's just come with the. That's one of the. That just come with the fucking shit. Let me tell you something. Wait a minute, brother. Hold on. Fantastic. If I didn't have to provide and protect, I wouldn't. I just let the fucking shit happen.
Okay, you don't have to.
Wait. If somebody dropped $1 million in her bank, if somebody dropped $1 billion in her bank, and she say, "Baby, I'm taking care of us for the rest of our lives," guess what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't feel like I gotta go provide for her. I'll say, "Thank you, baby. You got $1 billion." And she wait. Fantastic. Hold on, let me finish. If somebody dropped $1 billion in her bank and she gave me half, here's $500 million. I'm gonna keep the other half. We just gonna do it. We gonna live great. I'm not gonna feel like I need to provide for my baby. No, I don't give a fuck. We already got the bread. What are you talking about, man?
Are you done? All right, cool.
All right,
so this is what I'm talking about, right? So that imaginary money they dropped in her account was after what?
We was together.
All right. So before that, you were doing what?
She still worked. My girl worked.
No.
My girl worked, nigga, and she provided for herself. What are you talking about?
I know. So like I said, brother, if you weren't in a relationship, okay, and like you said, you don't have to be in a relationship. You don't have to provide and protect. When you choose to get in a relationship, you choose to do what? Provide and protect. So, Cheeky, what were you saying, brother?
Some bullshit. I don't like that. That argument was some bullshit. No, that argument was some bullshit.
You can be bullshit. Wait. Hold on. It can be bullshit. You better disprove it. You better disprove. You're right. You better get it. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead. Go. You better disprove it.
Get a relationship all the time that they don't provide and protect in. What are you talking about, fantastic? So just because they get in relationships, don't mean that they want to provide and protect. Niggas get in a relationship. What's it called? What's that nigga name that dated Britney Spears? Guess what he wasn't doing? Providing. He was using her, getting money. So what? Does it happen? So don't just think, we get in relationships because we like women. We have a biological imperative to fuck women, not because we want to provide and protect. That's not the reason we get in relationships with women. Because women want us to be in relationships with them before they give us pussy. They dictate, hey, I'm not gonna keep giving you pussy without relationship, without the status. So then niggas get in relationships. It's not because I want to provide and protect for her so bad I'm gonna get in this relationship. That's not what happens, brother.
Well, first off, no, brother, that's not how it works.
Yeah, that is mostly how it works, brother. Niggas ain't just like,
no,
out of here, man.
We'll come back to that. Okay, so first off, is that the Kevin Federline example you gave? Is that the exception or the rule?
That's the exception.
All right, then. So let's throw it out the fucking window. All right, where the woman is highly wealthy and with a man that she has to take care of. We know that's fucking.
That's because women. That's because women ask for this, not because men just want to do it. Women say, hey, if you're going to be in a relationship with me, if you're going to get pussy from me, you have to provide and protect. They keep saying this mantra, provide and protect. Man, and then men want to keep fucking saying it because they got it from the women. Provide and protect. It's not because men just want to do it. It's not, it's not, what's the word?
Innate.
Innate. Thank you, cheeky. It's not innate in us to want to just provide and protect and just, ooh. No, they've been keep saying this shit. Women keep fucking asking for it, so that's why men do it. It's not innate, like I said. All right, go ahead, cheeky.
So CJ, again, I didn't say, well, so
No,
CJ,
provide and protect. Protecting is innate in us, but not providing, brother. I'll get protecting. The protecting one is innate.
It's that's a part of it too, right? So again, listen, you still didn't tell me how and why you're in a relationship if you have access to all these women that you can just casually have sex with and not have a duty to do anything other than have
I like
sex
the one that I got. I like her.
Okay, so you chose to provide and protect her, correct?
She provides for herself. What are you talking about?
So
I protect her if the situation arises. I protect. She makes her own money.
Let's throw the provide out. Let's throw the provide out.
So it's not yes, I'll protect her.
Let's throw the provide out. Let's throw the provide out. So you chose to protect this woman.
Yeah, I'll give you protect all day, every day.
All right, nigga. So still, that's still a major, part.
Nigga.
That is a major fucking part.
But if she wasn't around, I wouldn't have to feel that this innate thing need to protect something. That's not what happens, brother. If niggas just don't feel this innate need to protect random shit. That does not happen, Fantastic. I don't not just have this drive in me to protect things. No,
CJ, why are you in a relationship? Why are you just not out here fucking home?
I like women. And I like my girl.
I like women too. I'm not in
and I like my girl, so I chose to be in a relationship with her. I feel like it's my duty to protect her if something happens. Yes.
Okay. So why?
Because I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's innate. I told you I'll give you that one.
God damn, CJ, you could have been.
I gave you that one.
Do this?
Here's the answer, CJ. Let me help because I get what you're trying to say.
He don't need no help.
Didn't you help Fantastic? Didn't you help Fantastic? I'm sorry.
Please help.
Not the problem. The thing is, we've been socialized to do these things, but because it's based on society and based on how the people around us have determined this is how we should behave as men or women, those things are subject to change because they're already happening. We now have men saying that they're women. And in our society, y'all may want to fight this, but our society is now choosing to be more accepting of certain things that are traditionally or beforehand sociologically unacceptable. It's all a constructed idea. It's all a construct. This idea of provision and protection is not something that is innate. What is innate to human beings is survival. If I see somebody in help or that needs help and it doesn't put me in jeopardy, in most cases, most human beings will do that because there's no risk to doing those things. But if somebody is burning in a building and it is not my wife or kids in that building, I'm going to be looking at that building like, I'm not doing nothing about that. It's not my job to provide and protect for that. You want to know why? Because there is no innate thing for me to do that. If provision and protection was innate to us as human beings, every time we saw something, we'd be Batman and goddamn Robin.
Thank you, Cheeky, for articulating my point so fucking well, Cheeky.
Wait, y'all. Hold on. Fantastic was supposed to respond.
God, thank you, Cheeky. Hey, Cheeky, thank you, brother.
So wait, hold on. Let's get some order. Fantastic first. Hold on. Fantastic first, then Sherelle. Go ahead.
Wait, can I just say thank you, brother?
No, nigga, you just spoke.
Yeah, the fuck. So hold on. So like you said, cheeky, it is innate. You just gave the parameters for when it's innate. If a man has a family, a woman, and a child, he's innately due to protect those women that are attached to him. A sister, a mother, the women that are, I don't know why you grabbing your head, brother, because all of this is fucking what's the name, okay?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening. You go.
So then we can take this to the animal kingdom, the same thing. This is why you fight men, and men used to fight men and have duels and pop, slap a motherfucker with a motherfucking glove. I challenge you to a duel.
Good one, Fantastic.
Over a little piece of pussy, brother. And hold on with me. Now, Cheeky, when motherfuckers back in the days used to fucking get this woman pregnant, hit it with the money bag, skeet all them walls up and put that baby on her. What happened, Cheeky? Her daddy come knocking
the
at your
shotgun
door.
wedding. A shotgun wedding. Yes.
Shotgun wedding.
Uh-huh.
What is that, Chicky? That's protection. It's innate.
No. I got him with his own argument.
Wait.
Own fucking argument.
Wait. Stop. Let him finish.
Shotgun?
Stop.
Wait.
Stop. You gotta let him finish his point. He didn't finish it.
Why would they
No,
need the
I'm
shotgun?
good. That's all.
Why would they need the shotgun?
Wait, CJ, wait.
Easy.
CJ, stop. Let Sherelle go. It's her turn too. Now go, Sherelle.
Cheeky, you're a big brother. It even starts like when y'all are kids. You're overprotective of your little sisters. Y'all are overprotective of y'all moms. Just like even when y'all are kids. Literally. So it's definitely innate. Right?
No, wait,
hold on. Are you done?
No,
wait, stop. Are you gotta wait. Are you done?
Do you agree?
No, I don't.
You don't agree that little boys
I'm not. It's not my turn. We're gonna let
I'm asking,
CJ go.
do you agree that little boys are overprotective
He
of
said
their
no.
sisters and their moms?
I said no.
You disagree with that?
Let me tell you, ask the same question.
You be obtuse.
I disagree. I'm not being obtuse. I will explain exactly why. Go ahead.
All right, so Fantastic killed his own argument. If you got a woman pregnant and their dad had to come with a shotgun, that means it's not innate in us to provide and protect for the woman. Easy fucking work, man. Check fucking mate. What are we talking about, man?
Wait, what? Hold on. That made no sense.
It made perfect sense. If I got a girl pregnant and her dad had to bring a fucking shotgun to get me to marry her and to provide and protect for her, then it's not innate in me to do it because her dad had to force me to do it. That's an easy fucking W, brother. You killed your own fucking argument. It's not innate because her dad had to force me to do it. No, I'm not done. Let me finish. Let me make one more. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. So you're the man that got her pregnant is a what? A man, right?
Correct.
Her father is a what? A man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one man cannot give a shit and be a villain and be a piece of shit motherfucker that is out here fucking notorious nutting and bitches. All right. But then the man that's attached to her again has an innate. Okay.
Because he want to reproduce. That's his bloodline being reproduced. That's his biological imperative. My daughter needs to reproduce. I reproduce my daughter. She needs to reproduce another one. We need to keep reproducing. That's it's not that we want to innate. We just want to provide and protect. That's not what's happening.
So now you're scientifically and biologically and physiologically wrong. My biological imperative does not transfer over to any other man or woman. My biological imperative is my biological imperative. Okay. So it don't transfer over, okay, to the people that are had from it. 1. 2, like I said, there are 2 men involved in your scenario, brother. Okay. So that still means a man has a fucking innate motherfucking nature to protect the fucking women that are fucking involved with him, dog.
But that's that right there. He has the innate will to protect what belongs to him. It's not innate in his nature. It's innate because it's his property in his mind. If you see somebody getting their house broken into and it's not yours, and you think that if you were to try to stop it, it would risk your life, would you do it?
No, obviously not.
Okay, the reason why you wouldn't do it is because there's no self-interest in doing that.
Yeah, but yeah.
So here's my point, right? The definition of innate: existing in, belonging to, or determined by factors present in an individual from birth, native, inborn, innate behavior, belonging to the essential nature of something. It is not in a man's nature to protect something that doesn't belong to him if it costs him something. It don't. If you perfect example, if that fantastic, you've already explained, you have done the deed, right? And you know, hit the bottom of that pussy at least with 30 women. You've already admitted. If a man, if it was innate in for you to provide and protect, all of those women would still be connected to you and you would still be providing and protecting, because that is the social exchange for sex.
So the social contract or whatever is one thing, right? But again, it carries over to family, women that are attached to you, mom, sister, daughter, wife, or spouse, relationship, girl, all this thing. Okay. And then hold on.
I'm following.
What was your occupation before, brother?
Before what? Wait, what? The military?
What was your occupation before now?
I was in the military, and then I worked as a dom.
No, you was in the what now?
Military.
Oh, and they ain't had no draft in my lifetime, and you younger than me, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So you signed up to do what?
Oh, protect the country.
Oh, you don't own the country, right?
Wait, but it's in my best interest to protect the country.
And he got a
Wait. No, hold on. Stop.
God.
Let's not be disingenuous. Let's walk down this path. Where are you trying to take me? I'm following you.
What I'm trying to take you is
okay,
this.
go ahead. So wait. Restart. I joined the military. Go ahead.
So that's just to make a point, right? So the men of all species are the protectors, Cheeky. Be it human or be it fucking non-human. These men are the protectors.
Fantastic. We're not disagreeing that men are protectors. What we're disagreeing on is it being innate. Men are not hold on. Men are not protectors of things that don't best serve their interests. You want to know why I joined the military as well? Because it's not just because. And I am. Hold on. Wait. Let me finish. CJ, stop. Let me finish. Right. This is his point to me. I joined the military partial because of my patriotism, but the other part of it is because of the benefits and the experience. I thought it was a fair exchange for protection and quote unquote provision because they provided for me too.
Understood.
Women come with benefits.
Huh? What you should say? No, we're not going to do that. Go ahead, Fantastic. I'm not going to jump.
Benefits.
Go. Yes. Go ahead. Fantastic. Go ahead.
See, that's the only benefit y'all come with.
So again, still, this is why I'm saying, all right, innately, still in men, that's why we have testosterone, right? Testosterone causes what? Aggression. Okay. You have higher muscle mass, you have fucking more bone density. Again, even from physiological and biological standpoints, the men are made and built, and your purpose is protecting of fucking. And then, like you said, the whole aspect of it, bro. Like you said, Terrell made a great point earlier. Even as children, right?
Okay.
If a boy see his mom get attacked, all right, he's a child. He can't be in a relationship. He can't have no sex. He can't do any of these things. He will intervene simply because it's in his mind to be like, oh shit, my mother is being attacked and I need to help her.
Okay.
You feel me? So that's why I'm saying that my argument it is instilled. It's just different levels that men may be able to apply it or imply it because like you said, now I do agree. Not all men have kids. Not all men get married, right? Obviously, right?
Right.
But still, in those cases and in those positions, those men have it in them, biologically, physiologically, sociologically, to step up and protect even strangers.
He changed his
We've
word.
seen that happen too.
He changed his word to instilled. It is instilled into us.
Innate. He said instilled.
No.
You said instilled. And there's a
I never said instilled. I never said instilled.
It was a fraudulent slip where Fantastic said instilled. And it is instilled in us.
I'm not trying to play words. Let me clean it up.
Not innate in us.
Okay.
Let me clean it up. It is innately there.
No,
okay. It is innately there.
Okay. I would have to ask this question. Are women also providers and protectors?
Yeah, to a degree.
Is that innate in them?
Yeah.
So if we're both saying everything is innate in us, what is what is so different about the male's innate nature and the female's innate nature if it's both innate? That means that there's no such thing as a man providing and protecting and it looks any different than a woman because it's just in us to do that. So if we're gonna just get rid of this idea of providing and protecting for the purpose of this is my property or this is tied to me, then we can, but that would include women. That means everybody is a provider and protector. Then there's no need to highlight the differences between men and women when it comes to provision and protection because we both have that.
Well, no, the woman is, like I said, the woman is more what you were saying. So the woman is more her centered than the man would be, right? So it's very rare cases of women doing feats.
Say that again. You said the woman is more her centered. Say that again.
It's more more centered, and like you said, a more self-centered.
Oh, okay,
right?
self-centered. Okay, I got you.
So like your son, your daughter, your child. So in most cases, the women providing is for children. You feel me? Their own children, right? In vast majority of cases, it's not the same as a man where that man has to provide for the woman and the child. It's very seldom we see a woman that's taking care of, your house husband thing, right? House husband theory, right?
Sure.
House husband theory is not a common thing. So when that man has to take care of a family, quote unquote, he's taking care of the woman that he had the child with and the child itself. When a woman is pretty much, I don't necessarily say forced, but hey, for by necessity, she has to be her own provider. It is for either herself and her offspring directly, for the most part.
And that would also include men too.
Yeah, but she's not taking care of anybody else in proxy.
Wait,
go ahead.
The
man is also taking care of a spouse or the other parent in the situation, more likely than not, right? So the man is taking care of that woman and the offspring it has with that woman. When a woman is more likely the fucking provider outside of just herself, right? It's just that child. It's not the child and the other person responsible for the child. So that's why I say it's curtailed.
So if it's curtailed, right, that means just naturally our society is built on self-preservation first of each individual and the provision of protection of the thing that we care about. It's not because it's innate in us as human beings to provide and protect for everything, because if that was the case, we wouldn't have billionaires. We wouldn't have that. We would be more socialist than we are capitalist. These things are pervasive in not only our sociology, but our economy. I do not think anything about our behavior in regards to provision and protection is innate. It's socialized. The only thing that is innate is this is what I want, and these are the things I care about. I view these things as property or a close tie to me, which is the only reason, the only reason why I will provide or protect this thing.
Yes.
Because if it's outside of that thing, I'm not going to do it. And if I do it, it's for the overall benefit of me somehow, some way. Our society works off of mutual beneficiary. That's how it works. So when we start removing ourselves from society, or you start looking at these things on an individual level, men don't provide and protect because it's innate. We do it because there's a purpose and it benefits us.
Hamp, I'm getting out of here, man. Me and Cheeky just whooped fantastic ass today.
Yeah, he always want to make. He always want to make it a debate.
Cheeky, bro, it's been fun, man. I appreciate it,
brother. It didn't happen. So Cheeky,
yo, wait. They say you was new.
What? That's crazy. I ain't never.
That's wild. So Cheeky still. So when we get into that, right, then we can I guess move it to your service things, right? Your service occupations, your firemen, your policemen, even your paramedics, right? To where those people, of course, you get beneficiaries and things from it, right?
Hold on, man. Hey, put a 1 in the chat. And Mr. Van Tat, Mr. Van Tat, did the young niggas beat you today? Pause.
Never.
Put a 1 in the chat if the young niggas beat Mr. Fantastic today. Let me see something. Yeah. Siki, stop trying to do the humble shake your head, my nigga.
CJ always want to make it a fight. Oh, this nigga boxing and he just want to fight. I don't know why.
Yeah, even Red Pill said it, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Red Pill paid $30 to say I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, so there may be some bias here, but what is that? Truth. Oh, he got the same YouTube profile.
Why he got the same?
Why he got his YouTube profile on the back of the book, bro? What's up with this man? He wild. That's crazy.
The Red Pill, man.
He's supposed to be in like a suit with his arms crossed or something, not in his YouTube avatar.
Yo,
he wild.
you ain't shit, bro.
Bro, come on, bro. That's funny as hell. That's funny.
Salute the Red Pill Ranger, man. Yo, oh my God.
That's funny.
That's funny.
All right, so fantastic. You were touching on the
yeah,
points of service. Servicemen. Yeah.
Occupationally, right? So occupationally, those men feel, I think it's like 80+% of those jobs in most cases, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even in that leans to men having the innate mindset or inkling to protect, bro. If that was the case, it would be more even, because what? You don't have to sign up for those jobs. You don't have to do those jobs. It will be even as to where, like you said, being that women can provide too, right? And protect too with their children, right? All right. Okay. I'm saying that men are doing it even outside of ourselves and outside of our interests, because it is just there. It is in a man's mind to fight. It is in a man's mind to it is in a man, and then we get into the part of what we always say this, right? Men are logical, women are emotional. Who are the biggest problem solvers? Men solve problems. So that's a part of protection in solving problems and issues for not only yourself, but society. The existence of society and the progression of society in itself is also protection. Pasteur, right? Pasteurization of things. Clean water, all these different things. It's not just you, it's for the betterment of everybody. So I'm saying it's beyond the physical and just the personal interaction you have with your family. Men think for the betterment of everyone, not just myself and me only. Saying, and there's historical context for it, time after time again.
Granted, we are not saying the same things. I agree that there are men, a very small percentage of men and human beings, that are innately providers and protectors. What is the average U.S. workforce does not consist of firefighters. The average amount of people that join the military is 1% of the population. If everyone had this, the thing that I may actually be able to get you on, not get you in a bad way, but get you in, like, when it comes to hospitals and those kind of service, women dominate those fields. So are we saying women innately want to provide and protect more than men? Because when it comes statistically, comes down to it, there's not that many firefighters in the U.S. There's not that many policemen in the U.S. There's not that many military members in the U.S. These are all the smaller side of our overall population in society.
Are those nurses? How many? Are there a lot more nurses?
There's a lot more nurses in hospitals than there are firefighters, policemen, and military.
Nurses take. Go ahead.
Nurses is considered more, hence the word nurturing, right? So nurse is considered more nurturing than protection.
But the point that I'm getting at is
you're talking about the percentage, right?
Yes, so those people that are protectors, they're in the minority. They're not the majority of jobs or occupation, which I think points to the conclusion that it's not innate. It may be innate to a certain few, it may be innate to some, but to most men, they're not thinking, I need to provide and protect for the world. What most men are thinking is, I need to provide and protect for my house. And anything outside of that, if I can, I will, if it's not that big of a threat.
Wait, but Cheek, you pigeonholed it to things that seem obvious, though.
What do you mean?
So, all right, what about fossil fuels and things of that nature? Right, the collection of them, right? Coal mining, all those things, energy plants, right? Sustaining how life goes, right? Even up the trash trucks, picking up and dropping off. Those are for the betterment of communities and others.
Right. No one's disagreeing with that. And I only pointed those out because that's what Fantastic used.
I did.
I never.
Oh, my bad. I was yelling at white people. I apologize.
My intent wasn't to pigeonhole, but
I
don't mind addressing that too. But go ahead, Fantastic.
No, what he says falls into what I'm saying. The advancement of society and shit, right? That falls because I wouldn't say the trash men were protecting. That's more of a service, also, right? But it's necessity, but it's a service, not protection. So what I'm saying though, right?
Okay.
Even in those small niches that you're talking about, the women have a even better opportunity of applying because, like you said, it's so small, yet they don't. Why? Because again, it is something that men are innately gonna do. It is something that men innately want to do. Men are structured for danger. Men are structured for standing in front of shit. This is historical.
Okay, so we're not disagreeing that the men are better suited for things that require provision and protection. That's not what we're discussing. I need a better understanding of what innate means to you. If to me, I'll explain what it means to me, and based off what we just looked up. If something is innate, there doesn't have to be a benefit to do it. It's just something that is, right?
Agreed. We agree there.
If men weren't getting paid and it wasn't a benefit to society, would they still do the things that they do? Is the question.
Yes, they would.
And that's okay. And I would answer we don't have any evidence of there not being a need for these things in society. The reason why men will do these
currently or historically,
and societies have existed since history.
So that's not accurate because most men that were involved in wars, they weren't paid or they weren't whatever when they didn't get a pay.
But what were they protecting? Their family. They were protecting their family, their mothers, their daughters, their society. Again, okay, go.
It was even lower people. Remember, it was even lower number of men procreating back in those times. So the vast majority of those men weren't protecting a family or weren't protecting, or whatever. I mean, if you want to count their mothers, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, hold on, but that's the whole thing that we brought up. Remember earlier you said I have a mother, an aunt, or you was naming all of the women that a man would find. Yeah,
that's a pigeonhole because if you look at like the Lacedaemonians or why can't I remember the most popular one? The Spartans. Okay. The Lacedaemonians, if you read the Book of Mac, whatever. So, essentially, right? What did their warriors? Their main job was a particular thing, right? But that could be. See, this is the innate part, right? That's in question, right? Because the Lacedaemonians or the Spartans, right? Their culture was you fight, you are a warrior, and that's what you do. So you don't even know if those men would have been that way because they're forced to be that way no matter what.
Exactly, that's the point. So
because they have the brawn and the physicality, it looks natural.
And that was my point that we got to here. Now that we've gotten here, we'll make it full circle. The way that provision and protection is not innate, it's socialized. It's taught to us to be this way. It's taught for us to be this way. The only thing that I can say that is guaranteed innate is for us to provide and protect for what is ours. But anything outside of that, as far as provision and protection, we don't just generally do those things unless there's a major benefit or there's some give back that we think is necessary.
I just thought about something. Jeez.
Okay, go ahead. What's up?
Stepdaddies.
Stepfather. Okay, do you want me to answer that? There's a retort to that, which is the retort is that's my woman. It may not be my kid, but it's my woman, and because it's my woman, I will take care of her kid.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, but so there may be a benefit, but I think so. The men that can do it well, right? They'll be nurtured into particular roles, right? Whatever the case is, like with the Spartans, right? But I think that innately men can recognize when something or someone needs help or it's weakened, right? In which case, I think men naturally come to the aid of anything that is in need or seemed as weaker. So a kid, right? Even the weakest of men. If you see a person trying to accost a child, I think the majority of men will step in because innately they know that that's the job.
And we would agree as long as the threat doesn't supersede.
So you say if Brock Lesnar was kidnapping a kid,
if Shaquille O'Neal and Brock Lesnar and Fantastic are beating up on a child and we don't have no guns, ain't too many men being like, wait a minute, stop that, sir. No, niggas are gonna be like, oh, I hope there's cops around.
Niggas asking, saying, what'd he do?
what the kid do? Why the kid do that? You know, a perfect example, a more perfect example. We have one of the most powerful African American men on trial for beating a helpless woman, and people were eyewitnesses to it. Why didn't they provide or protect? What was the malfunction? What was the thing that stopped their humanity or from taking action and going, I need to provide and protect for this woman? You know what it was? If I do this, I'm gonna lose my job. I need my job.
Yo,
I gotta get this money.
But money is the motivation, of course.
Nah, no.
Money is survival.
Yo, Borelli, that's the thing. The need for money now supersedes a quote unquote innate trait, which is interesting.
Because
you know what it is? They are okay. So now you see, I'm playing double dutch.
Putting it all together, yeah.
Right. I'm playing both sides, right? Because
let me say this before you get your point off, nigga.
No,
I say
your point.
Too slippery. He was too slippery, nigga. He couldn't grab him.
No, chill out, nigga. Yeah. No, this part though.
Okay.
The innate to protect is still there, but the innate to protect what belongs to them supersedes the protection of that woman. You see, so he's not going to sacrifice his livelihood and all that for her because he got mouths to feed and a wife too.
Right, and that's
that was said.
I missed it. Sorry.
So that was said, but it was said as an identifier that these things aren't innate. These things are socialized. What is innate is the will to live and the will to survive and make sure you're okay. That's always
your
shit.
How do you explain away the jumping in front of a bullet for the women you love, pushing them out of the way, you get hit by the car, situations like that. So because you were supposed to be explaining why you don't feel like the little boys who protect their sisters or their moms and stuff like that.
I was going to explain that's been taught. Exactly. Yeah. Their fathers, the men before them teach them.
A lot of these kids don't got daddies, Cheeky. We talking about black.
That's not true. We already hold on. That's not one.
Yeah,
that's
we
not
already.
True.
Yeah, we
don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. A lot of these kids don't have dads. That's not true. Yeah. Statistically, he's already debunked it. We've already looked it up. That's not true. Secondly, who teaches sons to defend mothers more than mothers themselves? You better not.
Children I know don't be having no dads, and they be doing.
Oh, they don't have no moms either.
They have their mom, yeah.
And what their mom teach them?
Yeah. Don't hit girls. Protect your sister.
Don't hit your sister, and then don't let nobody
be doing that.
Hey, see now. All right, so now you finna windmill. Okay, fine. All I'm saying is,
Cheek, you're right. Parents teach that to young boys.
They instill those things. That's not to say that if there weren't any parents, that there won't be any level of protection. That it's just hard to measure that when we know for a fact it's instilled by parenting and by society to look out for those who are with you.
But Cheek, here's the thing, right? Okay. Kids can't articulate, right? But kids know when something's not right, but they don't know enough. They don't have the words, right? But they know when something's off, right? So I think that these innate traits have to be fostered. You see? So it already exists. And then in the earth, a dad says, hey, do this, do that. But innately, the boy can identify, hold on, something ain't right here. And now his daddy say, this what ain't right. And you put hands on people first, that hit them back shit don't work. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't need to say all that, but that.
Go ahead.
So like I'm saying, in some cases, as to where the child is never taught that, and his sister is one thing, but he see his mom in a predicament to where she's in, being attacked or something, and he naturally, he's never been told he need to protect his mama because that's not his job. Like that's his dad's job. But if he's out and about and somebody was to attack his mom, children, we've seen this, children will naturally, boys especially, run up and do something to try to interfere. You feel what I'm saying? I think what movie was that? I don't know some movie, but a little boy tried to bite the man in the leg or some shit.
You seen a little wrestler? Did you see in the real life situation? Where his sister's wrestling. I don't know if you saw this. His sister's wrestling and the boy kind of slams her and her little brother run on the mat and put the boy in the headlock. His dad had to go get him, like in the middle of her sanction match. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
I think I played it with y'all. Matter of fact, You and
have.
Sherelle. It was an ugly baby. Well, y'all said the baby was ugly. I didn't. And then
I just laughed.
I can't say
that. You know who called the baby? You know who called the baby?
Wait, what you saying?
No, we didn't say nothing.
So Wanda, what you saying?
Damn, I gotta go. Hey man, all right. So this is interesting as fuck though. It's interesting. Hold on, let me read these real quick. Sure. Is it fantastic? They say you got a Pride shirt on. Is that true?
Hell no, it's a fucking Kobe shirt. Don't play.
They wildin'.
Hey man, Curtis with the 2000. Screw Mr. Fantastic for making CJ sound coherent. Hey man, if you let CJ get a W, you never hear the end of that, Mr. Fantastic.
I didn't, bro. I promise I didn't. He helped as much as he possibly can.
I'm gonna clip this. I'm putting this out tomorrow by itself for sure. Cause I ain't watching. I wasn't even here. Black Dawn with the pilot says, how come prisoners who are doing life sentences aren't self-deleting themselves? He's saying hope. Oh, life.
Jeffrey Epstein, nigga.
See, Nathaniel with a 20 ball. What's popping?
Shit like that.
Says men will become
that.
innovative. They will utilize AI and robots for sex and companionship.
Shit like that.
They will use cloning technology to reproduce society. If not possible now, resources will be pushed towards that. That gives hope. Well, Aaron said that earlier too. Kasim with the $10. What up, Kasim? Says, I think Fantastic has a point. When a woman weaponizes her womanhood and plays the victim, it activates a man's instinctive white knight reaction to protect her. It's very acute in little boys. Okay. DC Slim with the $5 says, do love talking about being men instead of just being men. Chatty patty about woman is weak. Who are you talking to? CJ?
That person was in the back.
I know, but he wasn't on camera.
On camera.
Got camera up.
When I do the members only, then he'll be able to. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a members only. I'm trying to do it tomorrow or someday. For all the people that don't like the cam up, the members only, you don't have to cam up, and then you see what you got. Bravo! Perfect. Bravo with the 50 balls. The Fantastic keeping Cheeky on his toes.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
But Cheeky definitely rolling with the punch. This shit fire. So, see, I missed it, man. I'm about to listen to it in the car on the way to the gym. Bravo Tech. Perfect. Dude, the Bravo Tech brought the Jones in. What, Sherelle? Yeah, I'm going to the gym. What, you jealous? CJ was cooking too. Was he? Insert sarcasm.
Shit like that. Wow.
Like y'all ain't. Bravo Tech. Damn, man. Yo. Yeah, ignore it. Yes, CJ, pick and choose, man. The first part of the comment is what you need to focus on. That's growth. Cheek, man, this seemed to be great. Even Sean was like, yo, it's a fire conversation. Any final thoughts on this? Maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yeah, sure. I think men will find purpose outside of women because they already have. I think we've shown that there's more to life than women, and which is why so many things have happened. I think Albert Einstein didn't have any sexual relations or any women, like some of the smartest people, maybe due to their social awkwardness or whatever. But the thing is, I think we found purpose outside of women. 50% is high, but I do think some men just wouldn't be able to make it. And I don't want to call them weak will, but if you're tied to survive the will to live as women, then it's not good enough, because women are humans too, and I don't think that's gonna be enough. But that's it. Appreciate y'all.
Fantastic,
brother. Hey man, I know you niggas. I keep telling y'all, they wiped off all the pussy. Half of y'all gone. Okay, in 24 hours, y'all getting up out of here. Okay, I don't make the rules. Okay, I just know how they motherfucking play, nigga. A lot of men's lack of purpose makes women become their purpose, and that's just how it is, man.
Sherelle.
My turn. Thank everybody for coming up. Thank everybody who super chatted, shared the stream. Thank you, HAMP, for providing the platform. Good conversation today.
even though we be in like middle of the gender war or whatever, I guess it's like mental health month for men. So I love y'all, to the ones I love. Keep y'all head up out there. Separation of the sexes is demonic. And it's not divine at all. It actually goes against God's will. So, you know, that's another reason y'all gonna go to hell. But good night.
Dope show. I need to go watch the last 30. I appreciate y'all holding it down. I had to yell at some white folks, but they'll be all right or they won't, right? Shit like that, man.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
It is interesting, man. Men have utility as outside of women, of course. I think most men are driven. Maybe I'm being optimistic. If women were not here, I think men would, I'm not saying would be 100% fine, but we'll make shit happen as necessary. 100%, man. I think that everybody need to be driven for themselves intrinsically. And I think once you bump into somebody that you want to grow and do life with, if y'all both are self-motivated, imagine the possibilities. So I think let's focus on that, man. Get better every day. There was a lady who passed out and died walking into her daughter's graduation. Get y'all $6 asses to the gym. God damn it.
Brother.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Jump in the Discord. And we out. G, put your head up, G.
Hey, get him. That's what I'm
Yo, even you gotta stand up, bro. You gotta stand up. You gotta stand up. Stand up.
Hit him. Okay. That's how you do it. That's what I'm talking about. Hurt him. Traveling. That's what I'm traveling. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.